Well, hey, welcome to the show before the show, where I check to make sure everything is working. I'm your host, Patrick Marlette, your local game guy with local co-host.
Yep.
Well, have I told you about my love of the Marvel Universe?
I do not believe you have.
Okay, so when I was growing up in Virginia, I was what some would call a whiz kid. I liked to play HeroClix, both DC and Marvel, and even a little bit of Dark Horse when it came out, though they didn't give as much attention to the Dark Horse comic characters in HeroClix, but it's essentially like Mage Knights, but with superheroes. And I played the shit out of the game. And I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty good at that game. But most of my comic book knowledge, or at least knowledge of these characters from the Marvel Universe, were from Sunday morning cartoons and that game. Obviously, now I think we're all pretty adjusted to the Marvel Universe, what with the menagerie of different studios doing different TV and film properties for all of its characters. But I still think back to the Captain America from, what was it? There was a Ultimate X-Men set. I think it was Ultimate X-Men. I forget which one it was, but there was a Captain America that was the fucking bee's knees. God, I shouldn't have said the F word so soon. Don't demonetize me.
Language.
I know, thank you. Sorry. It was so good, and I remember just I have it over in a tackle box over there. Maybe I'll pull it out halfway through, but um I love Captain America. And not only from HeroClix, but also from Marvel vs. Capcom. That's my connection with the Cap. And of course the films were okay. Will, any thoughts or feelings on Marvel making its way into the MTG universe? We can start with that before we go over the supposed spoils. There are leaks, unofficial, that
Yeah.
we'll be brewing for in a second.
Uh, Not really any great impulsive feelings towards them. It's just new stuff, new themes. They're gonna try to make some more cool cards with more unique effects. I
Okay,
like it.
I like it too, and I do actually like it. I'm not opposed to any of this. Honestly, like you could slap any coat of paint on this game and it would still be really really good. And it's not like Wizards of the Coast didn't borrow from a lot of other things when making its like characters and elements. It's I think none of that matters to me. Honestly, mechanically, that's what gets me excited about this game. So, like you were saying, more stuff is always good for me. And on that note, we had these spoiled, I don't know, maybe like a casual gameplay
Ago.
discussion. We'll see how casual it actually is. But Nibiru, yes. Oh, hey, before we actually jump into this, to the few of you that are in the audience right now, spread the word, spread the word. We're going to be playing casual games after this, should you like, over on Spell Table, because we're making a casual deck. I've been asked if we could do a variety, and I think moving forward, we will probably do bracketed games, because that's what it sounds like we're moving towards. I think the professor just did a video on a point system in Commander. I don't Have we received any official word on like what the actual system is moving forward? I haven't the
So
faintest.
far, so far, it's just the bracket system that they announced in the stream. I don't think
Right.
that they've done anything yet, and I think there's still a convention that they're going to use their bracket system on, like their official one, just to try it out to see if people will actually want to use it. I don't know how well it's going to fly. I think in the end, it's just kind of best to do it kind of Canlander style of count points instead
Yeah.
of the highest number card is your maximum.
Just like in
I
HeroClix, people. Just like in HeroClix.
Yeah, I think it's inevitably just going to be a you count the point value of your cards because you can easily put that into a deck builder
Mm.
or deck track or anything like that to just be like, oh yeah, you built your deck. It's a 23 point deck. Done. And then you can actually give Soul Ring a reasonable point value, and then no one really complains because it's fair that way.
Yeah. Honestly, I can agree with that. We'll see what they ultimately land on. I think anything else is just speculation. So it's fun to talk about. It doesn't matter till Watsy says, here's what's official, right? And I think that's sort of what we're all waiting for. On that note, my Paradox engine came in. Yes, did I buy this card speculatively because I thought it might become unbanned and I could slam it in Oswald Fiddlebender? Of course. I also think that this is easily my favorite masterpiece from Kaladesh, dude. Have you ever read the flavor text of this card?
Yes, I've read both flavor texts on Paradox Engine. I love both of them.
Dude, this one's so good. It's so good. If you want me to read it for you guys, I will if you didn't catch it there, but don't worry about it. It's a great card. I'm gonna use it one day. I'm gonna use it. I hope to God. That'd be great.
This device was submitted to the fair anonymously. It is
Imperative.
yeah, it is imperative that its maker be found, and we must understand it. Confiscation directive, and then the original Paradox Engine is one look at this glorious item convinced me that Kaladesh deserved my full attention. Sure enough, my time here has yielded exquisite fruit. Tezzeret. There was something that, like, in another card, it implied that Urza made the Paradox Engine.
Urza made the Paradox Engine?
There's something. There was some other card in Kaladesh that implied it.
Sounds good in Captain, the blue enchantment. Oh, there's a blue enchantment that suggests who made Paradox Engine. It's imperative we know. Please, Nibiru, if you have any information, step forward. But yeah, I've been wanting to play this card for a long time.
Oh, I know. Nibiru was saying Training Grounds is good in Captain.
Oh.
The 1 mana ability cost reduction ability sounds good in Captain. The blue enchantment.
Well, that's a good segue for us. So, guys, geeking out aside, I'm a fan of the Marvel Universe. I'm mostly a fan from board and card games. Guess what? There's a secret lair drop coming, and we might have seen some of the cards. And those cards, if you haven't seen these yet, I'm assuming you have. Spoiler alert, we're building Captain America First Avenger today. Whether it's real or not, and we can go into why some people think these are fake. Again, this is not a sponsored video. And we are unawares of whether these cards are real or not. This is purely for fun, so wizards, don't get upset at me. Saint Traft is going to be our stand-in for Captain America. I tried to find the nearest looking rondelle to Captain America's circular shield. I think that's Shield of the Avatar I chose. It's close enough. Here are the spoils. So there's Black Panther. And we might as well just go down the line. Captain is conveniently at the end of this lineup, but Black Panther. Black Panther is Celestian, of course, because why not? Wakanda King. It's a 2/2 human noble hero. First strike, survey the realm. Whenever Black Panther or another creature you control enters, put a 1/1 counter on target land you control. Why would I do that, Pat? Mind Vibranium. For 3 generic, move all +1/+1 counters from target land you control onto target creature. If one or more +1/+1 counters are moved this way, you gain that much life and draw a card. Will and I were thinking, if you Dryad Arbor and it has a 1/1 counter, can you use infinite mana to move counters
Your 1/1/1 counter onto it infinitely.
Right. Does that count as it being moved? Because
if you just go,
you surely
does that count?
Right, you surely can target a Green Sun Zenith Dryad Arbor as part of Mind Vibranium.
You can just fetch land.
Actually, yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's not even that difficult. Provided you have infinite mana, my thought is like, is this just an outlet? And is this just the best Selesnya commander, if that's the case? I can't rightly say. But
yeah, it's interesting. I wish there were activated ability reductions in Selesnya that you could kind of abuse to make it like 1 mana draw card. That'd be really good. But I also want to point out the kind of polarity of the fact that instead of landfall, give a creature a +1/+1 counter. We have creature fall, give a land a +1/+1 counter.
Yeah, it is kind of quirky. Angela says, I'm cautiously optimistic about the Marvel set now that I've seen how they handled these ones. Yeah, I mean, again, if these are genuine, and so far as we can tell, the artists are real. They've worked on Magic sets before. These cards look authentic. Everything is kosher so far as the framing and the text and everything else is concerned. There is one niggle people have with Captain America, which we can point out, but I think it's for a reason.
And it was brought up that the rules clarify move means change cards, so you would have to have another
There
man land to do
probably
infinite mana.
is that not part of the clarification? Is that not part of the rules currently? Like, is that not clarified in the rules? Okay, well, if that's true, then the dream isn't quite dead. But yes, we'll need to put another man land out there. We can move on from Black Panther because we've got Iron Man, Titan of Innovation. When this was spoiled, I got really, really hyped. As a matter of fact, another reason why I want to do this, and I talked about this in the Discord, is because I'm attending Comic-Con later this month, and I'm super hyped because it's my first time going. I'm mostly going because I know Marvel and MTG, they don't have necessarily a panel, but to my understanding, they're announcing something Friday. I have to assume it's this. If that's true, I want to go and like get these cards. So lucky me. And I mostly wanted to make Iron Man, but the more I look at it and the more we
The
talk about it,
worse it
Will,
gets.
the worse it gets, especially because it's such a short span of time. Around the time we heard about these, we still had Mana Crypt and Jeweled Lotus. And Iron Man looked good then. He's kind of softened on me now, though. For 3 generic and is it 4/4 body, flying haste, human hero, legendary artifact creature, artifact, kind of relevant here. Genius industrialist. Whenever Iron Man attacks, create a treasure token. Then you may sacrifice a non-creature artifact. I suppose that could be the treasure token. Yeah. If you do, search your library for an artifact card with mana value equal to 1 plus the sacrifice artifact's mana value. Put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. So this is very much like a birthing pod or an Oswald effect for artifacts. It comes into play tapped and it is off attacking. I almost wish this was like damage so that we could double strike it or do something to leverage this further. Do you know what I mean? Other than like extra combats, I guess. But, frankly, maybe there is something to be said about this being an is it because you could set up a pretty easy infinite combat line with this. Isn't there like a mono red combo for infinite combat with a scepter and
The,
Savages of War? Something.
So there is a way that you can. There's two things that you can do to get infinite combats, but one of them requires you to have enough mana dorks to produce stuff, and I don't think you're getting that. But
Yeah.
I'm checking for artifacts that do additional combat stuff, which it does not look like there are any.
No, there's
The
an artifact that you attach like a 5 CMC instant speed spell to, and then that is what gives you infinite combat.
Correct. So the two ways you can do it is you can do Isochron Scepter with Great Heist, and then you just need to produce 2 in a red to do infinite combats that way. Or not Isochron Scepter because that required. Sorry, my bad. It was like, oh, that's a new one that you can do, but no, I'm being dumb. The other one is that you can use the on combat equipment, where when the equipped creature deals combat damage, you cast the imprinted card. I'll find what that one is first.
All right, we're trying to make Iron Man great again, folks. Okay, and not that he's ever had a chance to be great at all.
It is Spellbinder. ETB.
Spellbinder. Thank you.
ETB, you may exile an instant or sorcery card from your hand. Whenever the equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, copy the exiled card. If you do, you may cast it without paying its mana cost, and it is 4 to equip, and it's 3 to play.
Is this a deals combat damage? We need to see if there are cards. No, never mind.
Here's the thing. I actually know, yeah, I was gonna say Iron Man can attack and then get the equipment on him and then connect, but that actually doesn't work that way because you need to instant speed equip it. So
which you could do magnetic theft. You're working around the issue that this is on attacking. Yeah, it's
Iron Man is just better as a stacks mander, more likely than not, just because you can do really good slow grindy is it stuff. You just use blue for control, red for a little bit of interaction and removal, and then you just get out all of your orbs and spheres and stuff.
So rule 122.5, if an effect says to move a counter, it means to remove that counter from the object it's currently on and put it onto a second object. If either of these actions isn't possible, it's not possible to move a counter, and no counter is removed from or put onto anything. This may occur if the first and second objects are the same object.
There we go. rule clarification. Let's go.
Angelus, thank you for going into the what is it called? Advanced rules. I appreciate that. Yeah, Iron Man, cute. Okay, Wolverine.
Wolverine is the best there is. One, a red and a green for a legendary creature, mutant berserker hero with 2 attack, 2 health, unrivaled lethality, double all damage Wolverine would deal. At the beginning of each turn, or at the beginning of each end step, if Wolverine dealt damage to another creature this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on him. Then you can pay 1 and a green to regenerate Wolverine. Give Wolverine a ping effect. He can double the ping effect, but he can also make it so that he will gain a counter on the end of each of your opponent's turns as well, because you pinged a thing on each of your opponent's turns. Also stacks well with double strike to get quad strike, because dealing double damage and then getting double strike is pretty sick.
Yeah, dude, imagine just like buffing this guy temporarily on your turn. Like, I feel like you can get out of hand pretty quickly and murk someone very quickly, provided you have the right spells in hand. And anything like draw off of power will be pretty legit with Wolverine too.
Yeah. I mean, just giving him like trample and then like +3/+1 and trample for 2 mana. Because I did a casual deck, so I know a couple of the red buff things right now. It's like 2 mana +3/+1 and trample is pretty common and pretty easy. And that means that he has 5 power, meaning he's going to deal 10 commander damage. And then at the end of the turn, he's going to get a +1/+1 counter on him.
Ooh.
Pretty.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun, dude. I think Wolverine will be really fun, and definitely a fun casual Gruul list. For a deck though that I think is probably gonna be bracket 2 or bracket 3 minimally. Is the higher the number the better?
Higher number is the stronger the cards. Like if you run
Oh,
Ancient Tomb, you're bracket 4. If you run $7 Society, you're bracket 1.
all right. Well, Captain America looks like a bracket 2 to me.
Bracket 2 to 3, depending on which equipments and cards you run. I don't know it's in bracket 3 yet. I've not gone through what they're doing with the whole bracket setup yet. I'm doing that this weekend now that I finally have a chance to breathe.
Mm. Oh yeah, congratulations on that. Weekend for all, Will. You made it.
Indeed, indeed.
So, Captain America First Avenger, you'll notice that Jeskai is red, white, and blue. This is where people think it might be a fake card. And yeah, yes, that's not necessarily the order those elements come in, but that's neither here nor there. I think they were trying to go for red, white, and blue. At any rate, legendary creature, human soldier, hero. It's a 4/4 body, 3 mana, 4/4. What? You can throw and you can catch with Cap. So for 3 generic, unattach an equipment from Captain America. He deals damage equal to the equipment's mana value divided as you choose among 1, 2, or 3 targets. These do not need to be creatures. These can hit planeswalkers and players. Catch. At the beginning of combat on your turn,
And battles, Patrick.
Yeah, you're also, you know what? You're so right. I don't think I ever thought about throwing equipment at a battle, but you're absolutely right. You can. At the beginning of combat on your turn, attach up to 1 target equipment you control to Captain America. So there's a lot of stuff in white and red, for that matter, that allow you to cheat on equipment. Do we use that beyond Cap? Probably not. I mean, I don't think we necessarily need that. This looks like an equipment-based deck, whether it's a Voltron deck or not. I don't know how hard we need to lean into that. Does that mean we use elements like Pure Steel Paladin or things that are going to leverage having equipment available in the list? Maybe. But all I do know is that we can throw some really chonky equipment freely. Well, I say freely. We can pay 3 to throw some chonky equipment around. So this looks like a really fun deck, and certainly in a casual setting. I don't think anyone's going to have a commander outside of you if Captain's on the field. Right? I mean, you have the counter magic to keep him up. You have protection from white. And again, all the equipment a growing hero could ever dream of.
Zedru has the exact same mana symbols in the same order with an additional +1 generic, which is true. I just double checked that. That is actually accurate.
Well, they fucked up. No. Is this for a particular reason?
I do not know.
Oh, that's so weird. It's actually done differently online too. If you notice this, like the mana symbols for the printed card from what is this, Commander 2011? These are different than the Commander Masters one, or Commander Legends, excuse me.
In Commander Legends, they printed it with a blue, red, and white, but for which also is not the correct order because it
Yeah.
should be red, blue, then white. But in every printing before Commander Masters, it is red, white, and blue on Zedru. So interesting.
Well, that fun fact out of the way, there's a lot to dive into before we actually get to playing Cap. I'll leave Cap over here just as a frame of reference for us. But as our stand-in, we have Saint Traft and Rem Corallis. It's close enough. It's close enough, people. Will, if you happen to have Jeskai RUW Jeskai America, you see that? What is this?
Hmm?
RUW Jeskai America. It says that on Tapped Out. It's like it knows. All right, so we're building Captain America First Avenger. And Will, if you have a nice copy and pastable land base for me, that'd be great. Otherwise, we
I
could just fill this out as it is, casual
I do
style.
not know if I have a good casual one, but I can take a look.
Oh, you're good, man. What I want to start with is just looking at some equipment for our list. And we're going to do this in an order I wouldn't typically do this in. We're going to go in descending order. Do we use Excalibur Sword of Eden? Maybe. We
We
could
might as
probably
well.
we could probably use Embercleave.
Yeah, we can probably get away.
It,
Maybe.
Embercleave is good, man. Embercleave's a good card.
Well, no. My issue isn't Embercleave not being a good card. My issue is we are only probably getting like 1 or 2 reduction on Embercleave. We can flash it in when somebody else attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fair. That's a bit better.
Right. It is it's an oddity. It could be creatures you have attacking or creatures your opponent has attacking. What's nice is that it auto attaches, so this gets around Cap's thing at the beginning of combat. We can still cheese it out and get the effect. Argentum armor, destroy target permanent. That looks like a Goto equipment to me. Cauldra complete. Are we just going for the biggest ones?
We could, because I think the way that we're getting around costs is probably like Goblin Welder and stuff like that.
Mm.
Also, here's a land base. It's 29 lands and has some weird tech cards. So, because this is for a Stacks Hug deck.
Sorry, guys.
So
You're gonna see the underside of Discord here. Go on.
we're we're gonna need to adjust the land base a little bit, but that's pretty much the whole land base that we need out of the way.
Nice.
That's all the expensive and fancy lands.
You should throw the entire Cauldra line for flavor. Yeah.
So I will say, the things I want in the deck, I want Training Ground and I want Zerta. Because I want to pay 1 to just nuke people from orbit.
Training ground. Is
Now,
Training Ground the only one for the level reduction that we can get in these colors?
Zerta. Zerta's the other one. It's
I'm sorry,
the companion.
and Zerta.
Yep.
The Dawn Waker.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the Boros one. Are those the only two things?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can also put in illusionist bracers because removing the equipment is part of the cost.
It's true. Here, we can throw in illusionist bracers. Illusionist bracers. So I did a little looking ahead. I think you're going to want a lot from the Fallout set. Facts. Okay. Batterskull's a good card, right?
There's a good amount of things that we can add.
It's not good enough. Not in a 4v4. Whenever a creature attacks, if it's a first combat, each turn untap each attacking creature. After this phase, there's an additional combat phase. Have you seen Hexplate Wallbreaker?
I don't think I have.
That's kind of gnarly. It's just
Uh,
plus two, but it does give you an additional combat.
oh yeah, that's the I do know that card. Yeah.
These are cute.
Um, I think the things we can add as like immediate go-tos are probably Goblin Welder, Trash for Treasure, and Scrap Mastery, just to cheat in big artifacts for free.
Scrap mastery.
Yeah. Scrap Mastery, Trash for Treasure, and what was the other one I said? It was Goblin Welder.
Yeah, I like that. Goblin Engineer is the one that it's
Searches, but only can get small
right.
things back.
Still worth it. Is there
Probably not.
dissection tools? Enters manifest dread attached to blah blah blah. I actually put the Dragon Wing glider in here because flying in haste is kind of nice. Anything that's going to haste enable him on turn is kind of dope, actually, in my opinion. And it's 5 damage to divide between up to 3 things. Fighter class will be huge. And Bureau,
Agree.
Headmaster, and Codsworth. We can throw this in.
See what those are.
I'm gonna trust. I'm gonna trust, and then we'll make changes as we go along.
Yeah,
Codsworth.
Headmaster is equipment activated abilities cost one less to activate, and equipment spells cost one less to cast. And it's red and white.
How do you feel?
Decent. And then Codsworth.
Ooh, Nazgul Battle Mace, giving
Oh,
Menace, Death Touch, and Annihilator 1.
yeah, Codsworth is really good. Codsworth is the Fallout white robot that says you can your commanders have Ward 2. You can tap it for 2 white, but only spend it to cast ores and equipment spells. And you can tap Codsworth to target an ore or equipment you control and attach it to a creature you control.
I dig that.
Codsworth's cool.
Codsworth's cool, people. You heard it here first. Whenever cool
Okay.
creature deals damage to a player, that player loses half their life rounded up.
Is
Huh.
that Quaid Spike?
Scythe Claw.
Ah, the other one.
Yeah, I'm looking for things that affect, like, when this creature does damage. Just damage, right? Because that could just be a piece of equipment we leave on him.
Those don't exist only because curiosity was the thing and they kind of worked around that.
I'm gonna throw Nazgul Battle Mace in there for a hot second because it looks fun.
So I have an idea for you, Patrick, and you can tell me whether you want to go this route or not. We could go grafted exoskeleton to give Cap
No.
infect, and if we move another equipment off of Cap, we just kill people with infect.
Yeah. Um. So it has infected. It deals damage with infect, and that counts the stuff you're throwing. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Technically, if we hit someone for like 5 poison or 5 infect, that's 5 poison counters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's kind of sick, isn't it? Oh, that is kind of sick. grafted exoskeleton on the cap. Sure, that's why not. I need to see if I can find the Captain America I used to play with. There's a copy over there somewhere. Oh no, 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 no. So,
Also, if we want to do something dumb and fun, we
mm,
can add Dan Lewis.
what does Dan Lewis
All
do?
all non-creature, non-equipment artifacts you control become equipment with an equip cost of 1, and they give the equipped creature +1/+0. Every artifact we have can be attached to Cap and then thrown at somebody.
Dan Lewis. Oh yeah. Are you just looking up cards with like text equipment specifically?
Yeah,
Dan Lewis, dude, I forgot this guy
there
existed.
there's an aura that does the same thing but different numbers. I'm gonna try to find that as
I'm gonna
well.
throw Dan Lewis in here for now.
I love him.
Yeah, maybe there's a home for Dan Lewis. I'm just
Is-
going over my artifacts still, guys, but we can move around. What's that?
Yeah, if Dan Lewis gets any decent sized equipment on our field, we just start throwing dark steel forges at people.
Yo, that's sick as hell.
We should also include Pure Steel Paladin.
Yeah, yeah. I mentioned that guy off the bat. I think he is a good call here. If there's any other utilities that work
Oh,
around equipment, please just holler.
we forgot the best one,
Skull
Stoneforge
Clamp?
Mystic.
Oh.
The one that gets any equipment from our deck and puts it into play for free.
Is there any new Stoneforge Mystic in the world of MTG, or is it just her still?
Arden is like the pseudo Stoneforge.
Oh, yeah, we're
Oh,
good.
sorry, Forge Anew. Forge Anew is the most recent Stoneforge.
Is it just a tutor?
And no, it's a reanimate any equipment
Resurrection.
from your graveyard.
Oh,
You can activate equipment at instant speed during your turn, and you can pay 0 rather than pay the equip cost for the first equipment you activate on your turn.
I like it. I do like it. Is there a reason for Helm of the Host?
Uh,
Hasty Captain Americas?
no. Well, technically, you can like get a whole bunch of catch triggers, and then have every single Captain America target your biggest thing, then pay all of the throw triggers down the line to just go
Hmm.
boom, 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 boom.
Do we use the what's that Sunforge? Sunforger?
Yes, Sunforger.
Do we want Sunforger? It auto equips, right? How much does it cost to?
It doesn't auto equip. It
Well,
auto
Captain
equip.
does.
Yeah,
Captain will
yeah.
auto equip it, but how does it function again?
You pay a red and a white to remove it, and then cast a Boros spell, or cast an instant or sorcery that cost 4 or less. Or sorry, cast an instant from your deck that cost 4 or
I
less.
think that in a casual setting, we could probably Sunforger. That sounds good to me. It's a tutor slash cast. That's great.
Yeah,
Really
yeah,
good
it's good.
utility.
It's a removal.
I'm just reading Majournal. I don't think I've read Majournal Stormhammer before. We don't want it. There is technically another Stoneforge from the graveyard, Brotherhood Outcast. Hmm? Stop. All about the Fallout, Angelus. Brotherhood Outcast, when it enters the battlefield, return target aura or equipment with a mana value 3 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield, or put a shield counter on target creature. Huh.
We want to use it to cheat out big things, so no.
Yeah, but
But
I love the
still
flavor.
not bad.
Yeah, I do love the flavor. I like giving Captain America a shield counter. But yeah. All right. Are we done with equipment? You feel? I mean, I've already moved on to 3CMC things, and
Hmm.
nothing is that exciting from here on out. I forgot Bilbo's ring is its own card. Like how the One Ring has technically, well, the One Ring has a shit ton of cards, but would you equip an envelope? Is that even a thing? Hmm. You know what? Bilbo's ring's pretty sick. Hmm. Oh, as long as it's your turn. It gives the creature hexproof, and it can't be blocked. And if it's attacking alone, you draw a card. Seems pretty good. I mean, on your own turn, hexproof is whatever, but I think we do need card draw effects. Let me throw that in the list for now. Because that's something that Goblin Engineer could actually, like, give us. Not that we need to use Goblin Engineer, but it's an option. The Blade of Souls. No. I think the Excalibur is really the only unreasonably large piece of equipment. Are there any other pieces of equipment we might want that offer? Like, are we going to use
We may
the
want
boots?
Robe of the Archmagi, which is 2 and a blue for an artifact equipment. When the equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, draw that many cards. Equip cost of 4, but 1 for shamans, warlocks, and wizards. It's supposed to be bottlenecked by creature types, but Captain America does not care.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's actually a really effective draw. I'm just looking up things that give us some form of evasion, namely hexproof. We could. Do you want any of the stuff in here?
Uh,
Brass
we can
knuckles
do
is funny.
Helm of Champions. Helm of Champions is always just a good general card.
A champion's helm.
Yeah, Champions Helm. Thank you. My bad.
Yeah. Mirror shield as well. Part of me wants to stay on theme, but we'll put champion's helm. I mean, because everything auto equips, like the cost of the card isn't as important as the equip cost. So, do we still want something like Swiftfoot Booties?
Uh, we probably don't need it. Our game plan isn't really attack based. Brass Knuckles is a decent one because it's technically 2 4 CMC equipment in one.
Oh, okay. Robe of Stars for protection. Is this an enchantment?
Robe of Stars is the one that says you can pay 1 white to phase out the equipped creature.
Oh, that's actually really good. Yeah.
Um, hmm.
Mixed nuts, sorry. Hmm.
I'm wondering if Nazgul Battle Mace is good enough. It's
Uh-huh.
a it
I
costs.
put it in.
Oh, you put it in.
Yeah,
Oh, I was considering it because I'm like, that might be good enough.
I like
The
it.
big dumb equipment.
It is. It does fall in the big dumb equipment category. Hmm. Yeah, it looked good enough. Strength testing hammer. No, it's not a real card. Can you play this card? I don't think you can play this card.
Okay. Card that is on theme and really cheeky because of how you can abuse it. How do you pronounce this? Oh, sorry, Pariah's Shield.
Hmm.
I was having trouble pronouncing Pariah. Pariah's Shield. 5 mana for an equipment artifact that says damage that will be dealt to you is dealt to the equipped creature instead. And you can equip it for 3. The reason why this is really funny, you can have Cap eat damage until he's at 1 toughness, then have him throw the shield away.
That was pretty gnarly. And just
So
give
if
it.
you want Patrick, there's a $70 version of
Yeah,
Pariah Shield.
I see that. I do see. I do see the serialized prize shield. How could I forget inventory management? Jesus. Yeah, inventory management. The white card. Is it white? Let's look at it. I like the prize inventory management. Oh, I'm sorry, it's Boros. Split second. For each aura and equipment you control, you may attach it to target creature you control. To a creature you control. No targeting. It's not bad. All right. Well, we're gonna take a step back and just look at our glorious equipment. Okay.
All right.
Okay. So the deck right now has it's 98% competitive will. Oh, it doesn't get better. Okay. So we've got Bureau Headmaster equipment spells.
98% competitive in our cash.
Yeah. Oh, look at our Goblin Welder. Have you seen these before? Is this new? This is new.
Yeah. That's the Goblin Twitter thing. The Twitter Goblin. They have a couple. There's a couple goblins that got printed in that. They're all dumb and fantastic.
Pure Steel Paladin, Stoneforge Mystic, and Zerta Dawnwaker. There's no way we can use Zerta Dawnwaker as a companion, right? Each permanent you
We
control.
cannot.
Not that
I
we need to. Could we?
Technically we could, because all of our equipments have it. Goblin Engineer, Goblin Welder, Stoneforge Mystic. We probably could get away with doing it.
Is this a
Do we?
companion deck?
Maybe.
We lose Stoneforge, Pure
No,
Steel
we don't.
Paladin, Pure Steel,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah. We lose Pure Steel.
Dan Lewis.
I'm fine with losing Dan Lewis. Dan Lewis is like if we want to go for that specific route, but yeah, with Pure Steel we can still probably get away with it because we can just use like Brass Squire and stuff like that to equip equipment multiple times
We do
instead.
lose Trading Grounds though, so we lose a redundancy to have it.
Ooh, yeah.
Fighter
we're
class stays though.
we're probably only activating cap like 1 or 2 times a turn. I think we don't need to get the consistency of Zerta, so we could pass on Zerta. We can
As
also
a
drop Dan
companion.
Lewis. Yeah,
Yeah.
keeping Zerta in the 99.
Mm.
Zerta stays there.
Yeah. All right. I think that covers it for I'm gonna look up equipment cards. I'm sure you covered the majority of them, Angelus will. But do we want any of the draw utility, like the draw manders, just in the body of the deck?
We could if we want. I think just running equipment tutors and then we find that one veil that draws equal to combat damage is probably the smarter option for draw, but we could run
Oh,
backup lines if we want.
like having an Akiri in there. Well, I mean, Pure Steel Paladin's easy because
I like
you don't
Wylith
cost much.
more than Akiri as a equipment draw commander. Also,
Cool.
don't mind me. I have a banana because I did not have dinner yet.
That's exactly what I'm doing, Will. Tequila and trail mix.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, mezcal. Mezcal. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna add. Should we run Sigarda's Aid? Equipment has flash. The auto equip is cool.
Yeah, it's decent because of the auto equip.
But Sigarda's and Steel Shaper's Gift for sure, and open the armory as well.
Yeah, there's another one I was gonna recommend, but I can't remember what it was. Oh, the freaking what's Oko's kid's name?
I don't remember. I know what you're talking about though. Mantle of Ancients can be a late game winner. I think I know what you're talking about. We'll look at it in a second. Wake the Past in case we get hit with enough board wipes mill. Right. So by the way, guys, if you're tuning in now, this is a casual version of the list, so get used to that shit.
It's Kellen, and it's Kellen with an A, not two E's. So it's Kellan.
Helen,
The Fey-blooded.
is that another auto equipper?
That is another tutor. He's adventure spell, tutor for an equipment or an aura, and then he's on the front side, anthem some guys.
Anthem some bros.
Yeah.
Sweet, dude. Return target creature to its owner's hand, gain control of all auras and equipment attached to it, then attach them to another creature. Fumble's kind of sick. Like, if for some reason, like, Cap is about to get capped, we could technically just fumble Cap and then move all the equipment to someone else. I mean, obviously, this isn't an ideal card, but it's kind of cute.
It's supposed to bounce an opponent's thing and then steal all of your opponent's things.
I mean, yeah, of course, but I mean, why not just move all the shit to Stoneforge? We're not doing that. We're not.
We're not going to, but we could.
We could. It's interesting. We're not. I find it interesting. I might be the only one who finds it interesting. Relic Seeker is a little too slow. Stoneforge is good. Thieving Skydiver. Do we still care about this card?
Not in casual, more so in cEDH, because you can always pay one and then steal fast mana.
Cast Hand of Vengeance is fumble on a stick. Is she like 3 CMC or something? And does it when creatures die? Does it when creatures die? Okay, well that changes everything. What is this card? Equipment spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Activated abilities equipment you control that target Blade Graft Aspirant cost 1 less to activate. Okay, we're not as into this. But cast, do we want to run cast, Will?
Do you think? What's your opinion on it, Patrick?
4 CMC. Say that. Whenever cast or another creature you control dies, if it was enchanted or equipped, return any number of aura cards that were attached to it from your graveyard to the battlefield, attach a target creature, then attach any number of equipment cards that were attached to that creature.
I
Ooh. Eh.
It's probably not good because it doesn't bring back the creature, it brings back the auras, and then
Yeah.
it moves the equipment. We're already moving the equipment.
Speaking of Rangers, though, how about Ranger Captain of Eos and Esper Sentinel? I know these are cEDH playable, but like,
We could.
don't casual people like silence and draw?
They do.
Okay, cool. Okay, just want to make sure we're all on the same shield here. All right. Sacrifice this. Search your library for an aura equipment, reveal it, put it into your hand. Do you want to use Axe Guard Armory? Is this
I
kosher
mean,
and casual?
it's a land and it's a tutor. Yeah, tis good.
Can't believe you use Axe Guard Armory in your list. That's so bracket 3.
We're running Stoneforge.
It's so bracket 4. Yeah. I think it's bracket 4 in like any other format. Um Oh god, brackets are going to kill me. All right. Well, actually, you know what? I hope that Oswald is like downgraded. Like, oh, this is technically bracket 2. I'm like, okay, I'll enter every bracket 2 tournament. I will enter every single one. Sounds great. Battlefield Pasta. It's not a card. Don't look it up. Okay, I think that's it. Will, I think that's it for utilities around equipment. Am I wrong? Do we want to look at lands or MDFCs? Any MDFCs people can think of that are fun? How about the red one? Oh
Uh,
my god.
did you add Brass Squire yet?
No, because I don't think we need Brass Squire. Sorry.
I
This
just like it because it's another free equip so that we can throw stuff from cap.
I guess it's not Godo. Will I mean here? Do you want me to look up attach? Just see if there's anything better than
You can
Brass
if you'd
Squire.
like. Let's see.
Uh, hey, Mateus. We're building casual Captain America. If you're just tuning in now, and trust me, it's gonna be casual. Blue ribbon. Nope, can't use that.
We could do Stone Hewer Giant if you'd like. He's a 3 white for a 4/4 Vigilance Warrior Giant that says you can pay 1 and a white, tap him, search your library for an equipment, put it onto the battlefield attached to a creature you control.
You know, I owned the card. I have owned the card, and I've never played it.
Now you have an excuse to play it.
Stone Hewer.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's from Morning Tide or Morning.
yeah.
Well, like, it's from a few things now. I have the Morning Tide one in foil though. We're gonna somewhere
Also, do we
back
want to
there.
run Anchor to Reality? This is Tinker, but it costs 1 blue more, and you have to sacrifice a artifact or a creature, and then you get any equipment or vehicle from your deck and put it onto the battlefield. If the mana value is less than the sack permanent Scry 2, it's never going to be less.
Well,
But
the answer is yes.
it's Tinker.
Tinka.
Might as well.
Do we want to run Conqueror's Flail?
+3/+3, and our stuff can't be interacted with. Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Again, it's a casual setting, boys and girls. I don't know. This isn't my area. I'm just gonna put out the Sun Chi Young Conqueror is not what I put in. I'm gonna try that again. Conqueror's Flail. There we go. All right. Crown of the Ages. Oh, hey, if we're using Dan, okay, let's back up. We need to back up and look at the deck again. Wylith for some card draw. I'm sorry, Angelus, you brought up Wylith earlier. We're gonna need to make cuts ultimately, so yeah. Well, I'm sorry, and you brought up Wylith. You like Wylith, you said.
Yeah, I
So,
said Wyleth is my favorite backup draw.
all right.
So if we need a backup draw outside of getting the one thing, Wyleth is good. We can also probably cut Dan. Dan Lewis is good, but not for what we're doing.
We're not trying to plan for Dan. Would Lithoform Engine be flexible enough? Copy artifacts, activated abilities. Lithoform Engine's the 4 CMC one, has 3
Yeah, it's the
activated
one that
abilities.
when you cast a spell, or you can copy target activated abilities, you can copy instant or sorceries, or you can copy permanent spells, and it gets more the further down that line you go. Um, We
thoughts?
can copy Cap throwing things just to hit more stuff, but we already have illusionist bracers for that, and we could add lift form engine to do that. As for copying artifact spells, I think we just want a big artifact spell, and we don't care about stacking them, so we can probably pass on that.
I do like the idea of it though. Is there anything else to copy the effects of Mr. Capitan? Like, we've got the illusionist bracers, we've got. Is there anything else that's new that we can incorporate? Field tested frying pan. I'm getting carried away here with attach effects. I don't want any of these. Okay, so here's where we are. We've got 30 lands. We need to run some MDFCs. I just need a refresher on how to search them up on Scryfall, people.
What I usually do is I do like land and then all the other permanent types. So like a land and creature. Or you do a land with a mana value higher than 0.
Oh, that's a good call. So like equal, so greater than or equal to 1.
Yeah. Greater than or equal to 1 or just greater than 0. Either one.
Rings of Bright Hearth. Thank you. There's another one. There's another one. Rings of Bright Hearth. Do we care about Rings of Bright Hearth, Will? 3 mana, pay 2 to do the thing twice. So nice you did it twice. You paid 2 for it
I
though.
mean, it just prevents us from having to pay to re-equip to do the ability. We probably don't care about it, but we could run that if re-equipping it becomes a problem.
Doubling down on it could be useful for like getting rid of pesky bodies. Um, wow. Yeah, there are things that are considered MDFCs that I wasn't thinking about. I'm gonna organize these by release date. Locus of Enlightenment. Locus of Enlightenment. The Enigma Jewel. Locus of Enlightenment. Okay. The Enigma Jewel enters the
Oh,
battlefield tapped. Pay 2 for activated abilities. Oh, this is the shit, actually. Craft with 4 or more non-land activated abilities for 9 mana. It's doable, it's doable. Each activated ability of exiled cards used to craft with it. You may activate each of those abilities. Okay, whenever this ability is activated, if it is a mana ability, copy it. Do you like the Locus of Enlightenment, Will?
I mean, we're probably only playing it for the front side
Oh, yeah.
initially. If we need to
It's not
finish the
bad.
game, we can always pay 9 and just exile trash from our graveyard, and then it will copy Cap's effect as we activate it every single time.
Yeah, I like it a lot, dude. I think that this
Yeah.
is a slow ring for activated abilities, but namely our equipment. That's legit. Good suggestion. And Tanos, forget
Speaking
how is
of
it
like
Tanos
weird
works.
soul rings, do we want to run the turbine, the one that gives us mana on our upkeep?
Oh, potentially, dude. I've always wanted to use Thran Turbine. Oh, on that note, not Burning Inquiry, the Ring of Braid of Fire. So Thran Turbine is only 2 colorless and it's only on your upkeep, but you just get 2 mana to spend. It can't be used to cast spells, but you can use it to throw shields. I don't hate Thran Turbine. And on a separate note, Braids of Fire, I think that's what it's called. Braid of Fire, Ring of Fire. Cumulative upkeep, make a red. Same story. Do you like these? Thran
Yeah,
is cheaper. It's technically like a Soul Ring thing.
they're basically the same card, more or less. They're there to help us pay to unequip stuff from Cap, then go to our turn, pay to equip stuff again, and then repeat, repeat, repeat. I like them both.
I like them both. We like them both, people. Tanos as well. Do you want the is it Tanos in this list? Well,
Uh,
Masterwork of Ingenuity. I think this is another equipment and it like copies something that you own.
I don't hate Atonos. I just don't think we need more copy effects outside of what we've already added.
Do you like Masterwork of Ingenuity? It's like
Um,
sculpting steel for your
yeah,
equipment, but obviously much cheaper than sculpting steel.
I the issue is we really only care about CMC for all of the equipments that we have more or less, but this just copies the same thing, but we only need one high CMC thing, so we don't need to copy most things. It's good for our utility pieces, but I don't think it's that good.
Heard it here first, people. Will doesn't think it's that good. Shatter Skull smashing though.
Masterwork of Ingenuity is mid.
Exactly. That's exact verbatim. Exactly what he said. At least that's what I heard. What are the good MDFCs from Modern Horizons? Do we run
if
Suppression Ray?
if we do EDH
No.
rec rank, we'll probably get most of them.
No, no,
Um,
no. I don't subscribe. Wait, Masterwork will have the CMC of the carded copies. Correct, but
Correct. But why would you need two 9 mana equipment when you could just have the one and re-equip it? That's the issue with Masterwork. If you have the equipment on board,
unless it's
you don't
like
need a second copy.
right, unless you had like Sigarda's aid to run it into and then you auto equip it.
Yeah. Like
Uh
there's use to Masterwork, but it's like low impact.
Hydroelectric specimen will.
Well, if you want, I can run through all of the good modals and we can add those.
Give them to me.
Seagate Restoration,
Pre-war formal wear, Gibbous, we're going for it. Seagate Restoration.
Shatter Skull Smashing,
Oh, slammed it. Day one, Will.
Sink into Stupor,
We do like a good stupor.
Witch Enchanter.
I am enchanted.
Uh,
I did
I
Razorgrass Ambush as well.
yeah, Hydroelectric Specimen,
Yep. Yep.
Sudden Eruption.
Spike Field Hazard.
That one comes into play tapped.
Yeah, we don't like that. We don't like that, people. How
Uh,
about the
Pin-
dual
Pinnacle Monk.
lands? Pinnacle Monk?
Pinnacle Monk is the anarchist, but it can also grab instants.
Anarchy. What is the cost of Pinnacle Monk?
3 red.
Where the hell is it? Is it a new one?
Yeah, it's Modern Horizons 3.
Wait, oh god, that's why. It's 5 mana.
Yeah, but it's a land on the backside. It's either a land or it's going to be a thing that gets you back a key card.
Lander thing you want. Okay, that's
Yeah.
fair. That's reasonable. All right, well, are there any tutors that we're not using that we should be using that are okay in a casual setting? The key to the vaults for card advantage.
Now, if we want, we could probably get away with Gamble in a casual setting, depending on the play group.
Right, you're only allowed to cast it if you have 3 or less cards in hand. Key to the vaults, people. Whatever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, look at that many cards from the top of your library. You may exile a non-land card from among them and put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. You may cast that exiled card without paying its mana cost, Will. What do you
Okay.
say? Do you want to enter the vault?
Uh,
I kind of like it. I'm going to put it in for now.
yeah, we can run that. Tis good.
Tis good. Heard it here first, people. Modern Horizons 3 MDFs are really dumb. Yeah, I think they are pretty dumb. I think it puts us in a bracket 3 easily. All right, I think we're here for a good time now, Will. Sorceries, instants, anything you fancy right now, like a Swords to Plowshare. Well, I'm sorry. Wait. Okay. What is kosher in a casual setting? What do you people like?
As
Will,
for
I'm referring to you as you people, Will.
yeah, what do you mean by you people?
Talking about you people.
As
You're
as for
using.
removal, as long as you're paying something, it is usually totally fine in casual. Like Swords to Plowshare, Path to Exile, all of those are fine.
Chain of
But if
Vapor?
you
Do people run Chain of Vapor? There's no.
Chain of Vapor is more of a problem because it can be copied. Like if you wanted to
No, no,
Instant
no.
Blood Maw, that's fine.
Oh, you know what I would like to do? The new one. Split ways, part ways, split up,
Oh, it's split up.
split up. I want to do split up.
Unwanted remake is also probably gonna be good.
Oh god, dude. Ah, shit. I need to buy singles. I totally forgot. I have a short list. I did play Jared, if you're watching this, I still want that unwanted remake. I did some Dustmorn with my brother-in-law, and he pulled like the alt art unwanted remake. I don't think he ever cast it against me. He never saw it, but that shit's so good. People don't run chain in casual unless you're doing some Cheerios
Yeah,
nonsense.
unless it's like bounce your own stuff. If you're using chain as a retrace, okay.
It's some Mateus. I was looking at Majournal and I had a chuckle to myself because it is kind of cool that Captain gets to wield the hammer in the films. It's such a badass scene. I didn't add it though because it's Assassin's Creed Majournal. It's not quite the same. Also, I don't
So
really
do you
like it.
mean Mjolnir?
Yeah, I'm saying Majournal. Yeah, Mjolnir.
No, it's the freaking Mario hammer.
How is it pronounced? Is it Mjolnir?
It's Mjolnir.
Okay. I didn't add it. Do you want it? It's 5 CMC.
We don't need it.
Okay. Let me save and continue. We're probably near 100 here, and we haven't really added anything to help us ramp, like Soul Ring. All right, Will, how crazy are we gonna go with our colored mana? I mean, honestly, he's 3 colored pips. Like, should we use some of the 2 CMC rocks?
Yeah. Since because we're not running fast mana, so the two CMC rocks are going to be a good deal better, especially the signets because color fixing.
Yeah, I'm gonna do Felwar Stone, Arcane Signet, and what are the signets? They're all just like Azorius and
Yes, Azorius, Boros, and is it?
my god. Boros, Azorius is a signet. But the flavor win. I mean, do you, okay, we'll vote for it. Do we want here? You needed to be here to know what I'm saying. God, wait, I'm sorry. I need to look up something.
Should we let Cap pick up the hammer? Yes or no? Commander's plate is kind of less good because it's banning access only to black and green. Green is never interacting with Cap other than blockers, and black is stopping kill spells. But
Ooh, Angela says, speaking of ramp, do we want the swords of fire and ice, perhaps? I mean, we're trying to chuck them, but like Sword of Fire and Ice is just good. That's the one I'm thinking of. That one
and,
in Feast and Famine would be sick.
Feast and Famine and Hearth and Home are the two best casual ones right now. Fire and Ice is the third best for casual. For cEDH, Fire and Ice is 100% the best.
I like the draw and I like pegging a thing, but it's probably going to be small.
You like watching the thing?
You heard me. Pegging things. Sword of Fire and Ice, Hearth and Home, and Feast. Are these cards still very expensive?
A couple of them are pretty cheap, actually.
I remember Feast and Famine was like at least $50 for the longest time. Sword of Feast and Famine. Oh wow, it's dropped a fair bit. I mean, it's been printed to high heaven. So
Yeah, Mind and Body is around 20.
you used to
Feast
have
and Famine is around 20. Uh,
this one.
Fire and Ice is around 40. Uh, sort of Forge and Frontier is about 9. Hearth and Home is 12. Shadow and Light is 15. Sword of Once and Future is $4, and I feel like that is an atrocity.
Once in Future.
Once and Future is the Demir one that not a lot of people play, but it's the one that when you connect, you surveil 2, and then you can cast an instant or sorcery spell that costs 2 or less from your graveyard without paying its mana cost, and then exile it if it would be put anywhere. It's Snapcaster Mage. Repeatedly. And
Do
I'm
you
like,
do you
it's
do you want it?
impressively good. I don't think it's great for our deck just because we don't run a lot of like low cost things that we're consistently trying to find. But in any deck that can actually pump out spells, this is broken. What was the
Yeah.
deck I put it in recently that I was like, oh my gosh,
So good.
it's so good.
You ever listen to Mark Bolan? Well,
I do not.
Angelus's comment just reminded me of his song. I don't know if it's called Raw Ramp,
Oh,
but
I put it in my
you think you're a champ, but girl, it's
my
sort of famous.
Levon Flaming Fist deck because it's basically a Boros deck that gives your commander double strike so that you can connect, get the trigger, cast another buff spell or tutor or draw or something from your graveyard, then connect for the second time and cast something else again. I love that sword. It is underrated in my opinion.
So you do or you don't want it? Well, you don't want it.
I don't think so, just because we aren't running spells, but theoretically it is giving us a tutor every turn. But
Mythic rare in the middle of a set of a block is sort of Feast of
do
Famine is has no meaningful reprints. Gotcha. What about Zerda? We did slam Zerda. We did throw the Zerd in here.
um
Zerd you heard?
do we want Sword of the Animist?
I
It's
did
hard
just
to
throw
go without.
I did just throw it in. I did just throw it
Okay.
in. I do
Ye-
like it. Will other forms of ramp in these colors. Do you want the rituals? Are those chill? Like is I mean I
You
don't know.
you could probably
Like
put in the
Rite of
rituals, but
Flame.
I don't think we want to like spam mana. I think we want consistent mana.
Right. Like a Rite of Flame to cheat out a 2-cost artifact is one thing, I guess, but not
Yeah.
necessarily good.
That is the only ritual I think that we potentially run. The rest are like
Well,
unnecessary because we
Jessica's
don't.
will is cute, but is Jessica's will not
Jessica's
good?
Jessica's will is like
Borderline?
kind of not casually kosher.
Really?
Yeah, it's because you'll have like one guy who's doing the really dumb stuff, and then it's like 3 mana, gain 20 mana, and that guy didn't happen to have a counter spell at that time, and then it's just game.
I'm sorry. We should add counterspells and such.
It is Zerda in the 99. We thought of doing Zerda in the companion as a
Yeah.
companion, but we really wanted pure Steel Paladin.
Yeah, there's just a few utilities in the list that were worth keeping over Zerda, but you could certainly do a Zerda build of this. Perhaps we switch it to Zerda Companion after looking at it. I don't know. Dowsing Dagger. Whenever a equipped creature deals combat damage to a player.
I think it can be fine because if we connect with any against anybody, then we get a gilded lotus.
Yeah,
So
Dowsing Dagger is pretty legit, man.
yeah, I like it. It's a good casual ramp card.
If you have a lot
Uh,
of artifacts, Jessica will do work. Jessica's will do work.
we were asked about SRAM, and I say no to SRAM, not because SRAM is bad, but because we are not like equipment heavy.
We
So
kind of
SRAM
are.
is not going to be drawing a lot.
We kind of
Are
are.
we
I'm gonna put them to
like
the side, and we can take a gander at our artifacts.
yeah? Because usually with SRAM you have like 20, 30 equipment in the deck, something like that. I think we have like 12. Did we get more than I saw initially?
There's a few in there. Archwave Innovation. The next spell you cast this turn has Improvise. I could see
It's
us using Archwave Innovation.
yeah, we just tap our equipment to pay for bigger stuff.
Yes, Archwave Innovation's great. Thank you for that suggestion. And what are the Verge lands that we could be using as well? I think these are kosher, right? I mean, we could use Flood Farm Verge. I don't know how many of these are actually going to be able to make their way into the
Uh,
list, but
we have 17 equipment, by the way.
is that enough?
Maybe. Cole the Forge Master. Maybe that's kind of a better version of the other card that was brought up before. Cole just says if an equipped creature dies, bounce it instead of having it die.
I'm gonna leave it in the deck for now. That's something we could fool with. I like Cole in the list though. Because of the casual deep gnome, Terramancer is goaded.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah, I
people
do
hit
like
fetches,
deep gnome,
people do like
Terramancer.
rampant growth and stuff. I don't hate it. It is good.
Um, on that note, do we want to manipulate? Are there any other draw utilities we want? Do we want to throw the One Ring in here?
I feel like the One Ring is not casually kosher.
Really?
The One Ring just does way too much.
Fighter class we did add in Gibbous. I like fighter class quite a bit. All right, let's take a step back and see what we're missing. I honestly think at this point it's just interaction and board wipes. We need to fix our land base, so ignore that. We've got quite a few 2CM Seers. Is it Felwar, Arcane, Azorius, and Boros? Just the one Soul Ring and Thran Turbine. Kellen the Fey-Blooded. Yeah, we've got Kellen over here as well. Kellen the Fey-Blooded. This is the Boros boy from...
We're running Kellen.
Yeah.
We're on that game plan.
What is the set called? Wilds of Eldraine?
Yeah, that was Wilds of Eldbrain.
Okay. We're probably going to cut Dan. We can ignore him.
Yeah, we could just cut Dan right now. We're not doing artifact stuff outside of equipment, so Dan he's there.
It's goodable. Nahiri Forged in Fury. Is this the Planeswalker?
What about Nahiri being a furry?
She's Forged in Fury. Whenever an equipped creature you control attacks, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. You may cast equipment spells this way without paying their mana cost. Well, 6 CMC feels like a lot, but I mean, what do you think? Is that good or bad or great?
Uh,
Dude, this
it's
completed version of her looks so cool.
it's Impulse Toski, and then sometimes we cast a thing for free. I don't think we're going wide enough for that to be relevant.
Nahiri is a self-hating furry. Do we like any of the mothers or like Skrelv for protection? It's a good turn one play, or is it kind of weak?
I think we can do Mother of Runes at the very least. Mother of Runes is just the brutal one because it protects itself, so it's much harder to actually deal with.
And did we want to use any of the tutor bodies, like the recruiters or goblin?
Do we have anything worth Stoneforge Mystic on both? Yeah, we can use the recruiters, the Imperial and Recruiter of the Guard. They should be good.
Recruiter of the Guard. Did you get Kellen in there? Yes, yes. The Boros one, yes. We did indeed. But Imperial Recruiter for sure. All right, gang. Favorite counter spells and interaction in a casual setting. I'm gonna just start with what I think is probably necessary, and the name is Cyclonic Rift.
Yep, we can use Cyclonic Rift. We can use we probably don't use the new Into the Flood Moth. We probably don't use that because having just one mana bounce a thing usually isn't good because the game's slow enough people can replay stuff.
Storm the Vault.
So,
Storm the Vault was suggested.
is that the thing that's Tolarian Academy on the backside?
We'll find out.
It is.
Ooh.
I feel like Storm the Vault's super greedy.
I kind of like it. It's not bad. Arcane's and oh, sorry. Yeah. Forge Anew. Yes, Forge Anew's in there, Mateus, for sure.
Arcane Denial, Negate,
Negate.
Strix Serenade can probably go in as well.
Oh, you like Strict Serenade on top
Yeah,
of your Swan Song?
Strix Strict Serenade is really good in casual because people are actually playing a lot of creatures in casual. Um,
Oh, on our poll, DiGiorno for dinner? Does Cap pick up Majorno? And I think the answer is yes. Majornal. Majornal. Mjolnir.
yeah.
Mjolnir.
Meow,
Meow.
meow.
Meow. We etched foil, please. Okay, etched foil is in there. Mystic Confluence. Yeah, Mystic Confluence is good. Actually, the other confluences aren't such trash, are they? Give me 1 second.
Uh, yeah, we already have Stone Forge, Mystic, and Mateus.
Do you want Cryptic Command?
Uh, I'm not a big fan of Cryptic Command just because 4 mana, but Saw It Coming in an Offer You Can't Refuse have been recommended for casual.
Offer you can't refuse. And what was the other one?
Saw It Coming, it's cancel, but it also has a foretell cost.
Is this new? Dustborn?
No, this is Keldheim.
Sod Coming sounds like it would be in Duskmorn, for sure.
Nah. I mean, well, like, yeah, like predicted the jump scare, but
Is Red Elemental Blast kosher?
yes, but there's significantly less blue in casual.
Interesting. Austere Command, not farewell. Austere Command. How does that one read again?
Uh,
Destroy all artifacts, destroy all enchantments, destroy all creatures, destroy all creatures. What do you think, Will?
I think this is being recommended over Farewell because we can give some stuff indestructible.
Mm.
What is Astor Bearer of Blades?
Yeah, that's my
Oh yeah,
question.
I saw this and I forgot to mention this. So Astral Bearer of Blades, ETB, look at the top 7, you reveal an equipment or a vehicle card from among them, put it into your hand. Equipment have equip 1 and vehicles have crew 1. Um,
Should we run any vehicles?
no. But the thing is, equip 1 is mini pure steel paladin. I say no in the end, but it is cool. Also, this guy looks like he is a core, but he is a human.
Yeah, it's so weird. I honestly thought that when we I'm gonna open the page here. Okay. Red is good, white is not. Red is good, you say. White is not. White elemental blast, is that a thing? That's something else entirely.
Oh, we have a Path to Exile, Swords to Plowshare, and Unwanted Remake.
Any other big splashy mass removal thing? I just have
Uh,
split up.
Blasphemous Act?
Do we like that?
It's really good in casual.
Is it really?
Yeah, it is always 1 red.
Okay. Let's make some cuts and just see where we are in the world. We have 16 cards over our cap. So let's go ahead and start with our lands. I know for fact we have a lot of MDFCs. Guys, if you guys want to follow along with the list in its current state, you can actually click on the link in the description to see what's in there. So if we're missing anything that you think would be a good choice, just holler and we'll include it. If we didn't respond to any cards you suggested, feel free to bring them up again, obviously. Oh, since we're basically doing Voltron, we can run single combat. Single combat. All right, Will, what do you want to get rid of? This,
So we have 41 lands, including the modal ones.
oh my god. Are you serious?
Yeah, because if you go to the circle on the right, you can click lands and it'll highlight everything, including modal. And it just says the number on the right as well, 41.
That's a
We
lot.
we cut Mika Koro because Mika Koro is in there for the group hug aspect. This is my stacks hug mana base.
Uh, huh. Does this
We
have
can cut.
all? Does this have all shocks and duels?
Yep, all the shocks and duels.
Do you want to keep the slow land with the triome? Probably, actually.
Yeah, because it's not a bad turn one crack if you don't have anything to do.
I'm gonna get rid of the snow covered lands. I think it's maybe a redundancy we don't need.
Yeah,
And Ottawara's good.
agreed.
Gemstone Caverns? Yeah, we need that, don't we?
We could probably cut it just because it's like it's fast mana. It probably makes people feel bad. It's like kind of not kosher,
Are you
but
worried about people's feelings, Will?
yes.
Oh, okay. That's courteous. I wasn't. Axgard Armory. Thoughts? Feelings? It's
Uh,
cool.
I
It's
I like it in the fact that it is both a land in a bad scenario and a tutor in a good scenario.
and it's always tapped in both.
Yeah.
That's my qualm with this one. Like if our turn one is Axgard Armory pass, I'm gonna hate everything, Will.
If you're, but would you rather that or would you rather like turn one to freaking fetch land crack for the triome and then pass? Like you get more colors, yeah, but you're probably not hurting on colors.
No. Did we want Weathered Wayfinder, by the way? Just to
Uh,
grab lands. I don't know.
we probably don't need it. I
Alright.
say I say we can cut Storm the Vault though. That is a land we don't need.
Oh, is that in lands? Lands, or is that like a sorcery? What is that?
That's a enchantment. That's the one that flips into Teleria. Teleria Community College.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, we
Uh
don't care about Teleria.
right now we have 26 actual factual lands, and then we have some MDFCs and stuff mixed in there. So from there we have to cut 9 cards, Will. So sorcery. We've got Blast Act, Seagate, Wake the Past. Wake the Past. When did I add that? Did you add that? Did we add that? We
I
added
have
it.
not. I think you added it when somebody recommended it.
But you don't like it?
I don't think we need it. It's in there for the same reason as Scrap Mastery, except for the fact that it's 7 mana.
Hey, Jalen. Is your dang going so far? I mean, it's nearly at the end of it, but it's going pretty good so far, Jalen. Thanks for asking. How about you, Will? Anchor to Reality. Oh, yeah, Anchor to the Reality is legit. Trash for Treasure, also legit. Split Up, super legit. Shadow Skull Smashing, extra legit.
Split up is such a dumb card, and I love it.
Yeah, yeah, I love it, dude. It feels like tier 4, bracket 4 to me.
Toxic Deluge, but white.
Did I put Academy Ruins?
Uh,
No.
that's that's the thing that can put artifacts from the grave on top of your deck, right? That's the land.
Yeah.
We can probably keep that out, but we may want it at some point.
I'm going to sideline it for now. I do think it's a consideration. Thank you for bringing that up. No, we did not. I think it's like 1 blue to activate. By the way, guys, while we're doing this, if you are interested in playing some games, let us know in the chat. I'll get a poll going. I am set up to do a virtual cam for Captain America so we can test this list live with you guys. If it doesn't check out, we could just play test the deck, and that's totally fine too. Let me know what you all think about Dan to Dan in the live stream. Okay. Poll. One generic and a blue to activate. Thank you. Okay, Will. Sorceries look good to me. How about these instants? We've got 14. This is the lowest count I've ever seen of instants.
This is casual. No one runs instants in casual.
Mystic Confluence?
I don't like Mystic Confluence. I don't like paying more than 3 mana for interaction.
So Sod Cumming's good for you.
Solid Coming is fine only due to the fact that like you can stockpile it to cast it easier later.
Yeah, but easier for too generic. It's- Sod coming
We
feels like,
we could we could remove Solid Coming. I'm not like super high on it.
yeah, it feels pretty shite. Sorry. Sink to stupor though. Sink into stupor is pretty great. Negate, gotta love that spell. Inventory management, cyclonic rift, arcane denial. Ah, winds of abandon. I think we need winds of abandon in here. Am I wrong? Is it just me? So many sorcery speed spells. We have nearly as many sorceries as instants. This is maddening.
We could use Winds of Abandon probably.
Yeah, that's the one I could not think of immediately, but yeah, I do in fact want Winds of Abaddon. Okay. So guys, we're almost there. We're almost there. We're almost there. Promise. I promise. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. The deck is gonna work. I promise you. All right, Will. Mantle of Ancients. Enters the battlefield. Return any number of artifacts or equipments from your graveyard attached to a creature. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each aura enchantment attached to it. Do you think that this is gonna help us close out the game?
I think it's a good table flip because it's kind of the same general idea of the Scrap Mastery. It's just 5 mana rebuild your board after losing your board.
I like it a lot. A lot. Braid of Fire. I like. I like Fighter Class. I like Training Grounds. I like Sigarda's Aid.
I like all of our enchantments except for Storm the Vault.
What's gone, Will? Okay.
Good.
Hey,
Delightful.
what is this? Did someone beat you with Storm the Vault at like a pre-release? And you just
No,
haven't gone over it?
I own several copies of Storm the Vault. It's just that I have so many and I never use them because they're just bad.
You heard it
I
here
want it to be
first.
good. I want it to be good, but I just acknowledged reality.
Storm the Vault, folks. Will says it's mid. On a separate
No,
note, do you like
I would not offend Seedborn Muse by comparing it to the same level as Storm the Vault. Storm the Vault's just not really playable except in very small circumstances.
um okay, so we need to cut 7 cards, and I'm gonna go with creatures first. Stone Hewer Giant. Will 5 mana. Search your library for an equipment into play, attach it to a creature. Is this good enough?
It is 5 mana, kill this ASAP. If you can't kill it fast enough, you lose the game. It's good.
All right, that's when the that is promptly when the board wipe hits. Ram Senior Edificer has the Kaladesh treatment, the invention treatment. I didn't know that. Sorry,
We don't need SRAM though.
we don't. I just love this border. I think it's the sexiest thing since sliced bread.
Also,
Right.
why is SRAM a core in that art?
Can't answer that. Pinnacle Monk is something that we not only need but we deserve. Which enchanter?
Pinnacle Monk's in there because it's a land.
Which enchanters a land? I mean, we might have too many lands, but that's. Wait, how many lands do we have at this point? One,
We
two.
have 34.
That seems fair for casual, right?
Yep, that's actually probably a little low for casual, but it's pretty good.
We'll be fine. Okay, Kellen the Fayblooded, Ranger Captain of EOS, Recruiter of the Guards, Saint Traft is Captain America, people. It's a statue of SRAM, not SRAM.
But then why is it on an actual freaking bike?
Then why does it have that? The Pite's lights are on. Are you sure about this monument inscription? Yeah, it is a monument. It's a 2/2, but it's an animated monument. I can't get over the fact that it's a thing that has a attack and the power and defense value.
Also, wait, he's shooting Phyrexians. It says it in the description. He's in an active battlefield. What do you mean it's his monument? It's not a statue.
This is a very confused card.
The freaking
Yeah,
monument inscription. Okay, so it's the inscription on the monument, but
yeah.
it's still like at the gate to Phyrexia, which I think got closed at the end of the story. Bro literally built his monument in the middle of an active war zone.
You like Mother of Ruins more than Skrelv.
Yes, only
More than the
because Mother of
poison.
Runes can protect herself.
Eh, Kaladeshians go hard on their statues.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. I read that as Kardashians at first, and I'm like, what are we talking about?
Kardashians go hard on their statues.
I could believe that too, though. You could say that, and I wouldn't bat an eye. All right, Cauldron complete. Excalibur.
We can
Ember
probably
Cleave.
remove coal as a creature, just
Ooh,
because
hoo, hoo.
coal is protection, but we care more about protecting your artifacts than most other things.
Cole only brings back bodies, right?
Yeah, when a quick creature dies, return it to hand.
Yeah. I'll solve the problem that SRAM is a golem replica.
There we go.
God.
He's a clone. He's a clone.
Should we put
Living
SRAM in the
statue
deck?
clone.
You know what? Here, fine. New poll.
No, SRAM doesn't go in the deck.
No,
SRAM
I think it's worth asking. It seems like people are interested. Does the golem replica of SRAM go in? Be honest with me. Don't just try to upset Will.
I'm too tired to be upset.
Oh yeah, I'm there with you, dude. I need to download Until Dawn tonight. Allie and I we just want to we don't want to leave the house tomorrow. She does have to work, but when she gets back, we don't want to leave the house tomorrow, so we're probably just going to play Until Dawn. I've never played Until Dawn, and I've wanted to. I like those it's like Detroit Become Human. What's it called? Where it's just like a bunch of QTE.
Based.
No, it's yeah, but it's like a choose your adventure. You're I forget what they're called. QTE, where there's just quick time events,
Yeah.
and you're just following a story. And anyway, I've never played it. So worth $60.
I played a bit of it. It's not bad. I just wasn't bad at the quick time events because I'm not used to the controller on that system.
Oh, you played Until Dawn?
Yeah, I got like a bit of the way through it, but I did not go all the way through
There's
it.
multiple endings though. You gotta like
Correct.
beat it a few times, my guy.
Correct. I know. I basically didn't scratch it much just because I was playing the game with a friend while they were visiting, but
Oh, gotcha.
it was their game.
Yeah, no, I'm so excited to check it out, dude. Yeah, we usually play those games together. There aren't that many great two-player games. Yes, It Takes Two, and the other one by that same studio.
There's a couple good classic ones like Cookies and Cream Island Adventure. That's a good puzzle solver.
Cookies
It'll
and
also
Cream
make,
Island Adventure.
it'll
Okay.
also make you want to bash each other's heads in by the end of it because you're like,
Oh,
what? Spin it that way. It's just spin the other way.
dude, that was overcooked for us. That was overcooked. We literally got violent with each other. It was so bad. Has anyone played Overcooked in the audience? That game is so deeply upsetting. When you're all well oiled and you know what the fuck you're doing and you've got it down, it could be very satisfying, but like the learning curve is steep despite the controls being so simple. It's a very good game. Like I applaud them for making that game, but it was not healthy for our relationship. We stopped. We did like ace every level to a point though. 3-star. Okay, Enigma Jewel, Soul Ring, Thran Turbine. Those all sound delicious. Conqueror's Flail, Dowsing Dagger, Illusionist Bracers, Robe of Stars. The phasing out. Will, do you like Robe of Stars or is it
I think we don't need to
dream?
protect Captain because if Cap dies, we just replay Cap and then do the whole thing later. I think we probably don't need Robe of Stars. We can also potentially cut Key to the Vault because I think we don't need more value.
Did I add Key to the Vault to the main deck?
Yeah.
Where is it?
It's 2 CMC, the Key to the Vault, the card that's in the very front.
Oh god. Okay, that's why I wasn't seeing it. Okay, fine. Pre-war formal wear. I kind of like it if Cap dies enough times. Just do this instead. Do you think
it's also really good because it lets us double up on like Imperial, Recruiter, and a couple other things. I like it.
Jalen asked, do you think MTG will do Elder Scrolls crossover? And more importantly, will they use Unreal Engine to do so? I don't know. I don't know. And I think that it would make sense, but they're almost too similar. I like when we verge off into worlds that are not directly
Drastically different.
right.
Yeah.
Like Marvel makes sense to me, and I think there's more fun in exploring mechanically how we can make these cards work as opposed to something that's so similar. But I don't see why they wouldn't. And I say this full well knowing that Lord of the Rings was the best selling set that Magic's ever produced, ever. So there's something to be said about like the fantasy realm. I'm more interested in them doing Akatar. Maybe that'll get my wife involved. Any rate, where the hell are we?
Artifacts.
Artifacts. Arty R. Brass Knuckles.
Uh,
Mjolnir.
we might be able to cut Brass Knuckles. I know it's 4 mana, equips for one, it can give double strike to multiple things, but like we have better high cost equipment to play.
Flood crafted exoskeleton.
Yeah.
I never played Skyrim. I didn't even think about buying a copy because I knew that if I purchased it, I wouldn't be a productive member of society for at least a few months. So I even have like a shrink wrapped copy of Fallout 4 over there that I just don't touch. Like I'm never going to open this. Not because I'm collecting it, just because I'm not going to do that to myself. It was a gift, so I didn't actively buy that. Will, this is actually getting tough. We need to cut 3 more cards.
All right.
Be
We
gentle.
could probably cut. We could probably cut Conqueror's Flail. I don't think that we need to stop people from stopping us in most locations or most situations. Um, do we care about Bilbo's ring?
I did until you phrased it like that. What do you mean? Do we care
Mm,
about Bilbo's ring?
yeah, the hexproof is good enough. Hexproof makes it playable. Yeah, we can keep in
It's
Bilbo's
on
ring.
our. It's Conqueror's Flail, but with draw.
Well, it's not Conqueror's Flail. It's a Champion's Helm with draw.
Kind of. It's kind of Conqueror's Flail. It is Champion's Help with draw. Is Prize Shield just there because it's a shield? No, Will really liked it.
Pariah's shield is in there partially because it's a shield, but also because it can let you eat a certain amount of damage and then throw it off of cap before it kills them. Pariah's shield is probably cuttable though, because it's
Yeah.
still very clunky.
That was
But
Will's expression when you asked that question. He's like, "What? It's a good card. It's a good card."
it is an interesting card. I don't know if it's good enough
I'm
because
gonna,
I'm like it's cuttable, but
I'm gonna take it out. I do. We don't have a single shield in this deck. That's the real flavor loss for me. I mean, we've got a hammer, but we don't have a
fact we
shield.
can have Samwise be killed by Wolverine and Magic the Gathering is ridiculous.
I'm kind of all for it. Is that bad?
Are you saying you don't think Wolverine would totally kill Samwise? I don't even mean on like a power scale thing. I mean just the Wolverine losing his temper.
I think that Samwise would win in terms
How,
of.
how does he kill Wolverine though?
I don't know.
Like he has a sword and that's it.
He borrowed Frodo's sword. That's it.
Yeah.
He'll just borrow some form of kryptonite for that guy. Samwise, he beat Shelob, right? That was a
Yeah.
feat. I
Yeah,
think
but
he.
Shelob also can't like regenerate a severed head.
It's true. Sam's probably screwed if Wolverine chases him, but Sam is also like best boy, so don't
Throw
threaten.
him into Mount Doom.
Don't threaten him. Don't threaten him. I will very much enjoy seeing Final Fantasy come to this game, though. I keep forgetting that that's a thing. Holy crap, you have no idea. I've played so much Final Fantasy. 7 was my intro to the games, but I've played all of them at some point or another. Final Fantasy 9 is probably my favorite from that PS1 era.
Also, Jalen, don't worry, we knew what you meant.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
knew what
yeah.
you meant. You did not need to correct that.
God, we're gonna get to playtesting this deck eventually. I promise. We need to cut one more card. Don't.
Samwise canonically killed an eldritch horror that devoured celestial bodies.
Is that a fact?
I don't know.
Is Shelob technically a?
I don't think it was Shelob. I think it's a different thing.
Is there a separate horror that he bested? Tell me. My knowledge of the books is mostly from the movies at this point. I was read the books as a child, read The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings as a child, but I don't remember them, along with a few like C.S. Lewis novels.
How many cards do we need to cut now?
One, Will. One. We need to cut one card.
Did we remove Pariah Shield?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
Sorry, your
No,
freebie's gone.
I'm cool with that. Maybe we cut Headmaster, the Buria Headmaster.
Done. Sold. Bureau Headmaster gone.
Bureau.
As long as we don't get Pokemon MTG Crossroad. You guys didn't
There's
hear?
no way we are ever getting that.
2025.
Are we?
2025.
Was that announced?
Yeah.
Bullshit.
We have Lucario coming. We have Lapras. And we have is there another L named Pokemon? Nah.
The statistically best.
If we got Pokemon in Magic the Gathering, I don't even know where to start.
We have Vaporeon, statistically the most compatible Pokemon with Magic the Gathering as a card game.
So Jalen, no, we don't. There's no. I'm sorry. I don't have insider information. I'm not a it man anymore. I'm not beloved by the Wizards. I don't think that we're getting Pokemon, but if we did, yes, Lapras, the most competitive commander. Dude, honestly, I would love to fucking throw down with Venusaur. I'm sorry. I do like Pokemon a lot. It's the first card game I collected. I could still think about that first edition Charizard I don't own anymore. I pulled one. I pulled two, technically. Thank the various MTG gods, yeah. All right, guys, so this is Captain America. This is Captain America. Don't get you slipping up. Look what he's throwing up. Look what he's throwing at his opponents. Guys, we're going to play test this. If you would like to play some casual games, holler in the chat. If not, it's okay. No stress. No pressure. I have a virtual cam set up for myself, but otherwise, we're going to see how this performs. I think we'll go up to turn 5, Will? Turn 5, turn 6? What's fair?
We can go to like turn 6, probably.
Would get Pokemon after the early 2000s debacle. Was there a debacle? Was there a debacle? I wonder if the Buster Sword in Sephiroth's Sword will be equipment. Holy shit, Angelus. Great question. I could go with a Gunblade. I could go... Ooh, are we getting Disney and... Are we getting like the Disney Square Enix stuff with Kingdom Hearts? Because I'd go for a Keyblade. I could really go for a Keyblade right now, Will.
Cap just throwing the Keyblade at somebody.
When you walk away, and he's just like, I would love Sephiroth's sword. Is it just called Masamune? Is that what he wields?
I believe so.
Yeah, the Buster Sword definitely looks the coolest, but it certainly wasn't his best sword. I kind of hate how linear 7 was with the equipment. Like, there was some variations with the kind of equipment you would want to run, but for the most part, you just buy the next best thing, use the next best thing, move on to the next best thing. But Final Fantasy VII, the remake was solid. I haven't played Rebirth, the new one. It's another one of those games I know I'm just going to sink way too much time into. Do you like Final Fantasy at all, Will?
Played a little bit of it, didn't really get into it too much.
You're not missing out. Sorry, that's probably blasphemous. It's fine. You should play it once in your life.
It's okay. It only costs 1 mana, Patrick. 1 red mana.
What? Final Fantasy?
No, being blasphemous. It's a blasphemous act.
Not while they have Lorcana. Oh, fair. Lorcana. Quick question: which various Omnath is your favorite? Mine is Angry Omnath. Will, favorite Omnath? I guess the mono green one, because I've been told I need to make it 1,000,000 times. Next sets are Foundation, Innistrad, Tarkir, Space Opera. Oh, we're so far away.
I like the Wooburg Omnath just because it does have like a lot of flexibility in 1,000,000 different ways that you can build it. but I had fun doing the 4-color Omnath with a couple random things. So it's either the 4-color or the Wooburg one. My least favorite is, I think my least favorite's the Teamer, and then is the Angry Jelly Bean, the 7-mana one, and then Mono Green Omnath is like middle of the road for me.
So, Will, we have all of our colors. We have Island, Volcanic Islands, Razorgrass Island, Soul Ring, Bilbo's Ring, Dragon Wing, Sigarda's Aid.
This is playable just because we can, if we want, turn 1 Sigarda's Aid, turn 2 Arcane Signet, turn 3 Bilbo's Ring,
We don't
or
no Signet though, no
yeah,
Signet. No Signet. That's my
is it?
my
Oh, sorry, that's Soul Ring, not Signet. You're right.
yeah.
We can
Way
do
worse.
turn 1 Sigarda's Aid into turn 2 Soul Ring, Bilbo's Ring into turn 3 Captain though.
Okay, so Mateus, Will is of the belief that True Duels are casual. Here's the
I'm not entirely. I don't really believe they're casual, but I just grabbed the base I had and threw it in. Like, if you want to use duels, I'm more fine with people doing crazy stuff with the land base for casual than I am with people doing stuff with ramp for casual. But
here's what I'll say. Like when we sat down to play casual at SCG Con, I saw a lot of like 1 to 2 mana tutors and a lot of duels. And cards that I didn't expect to be in a casual mana crypts, as a matter of fact. Like I don't know. I don't know what's casual. So I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, but we're gonna throw down a Bulk Island if we got it. Sorry. On that note, I'm gonna keep this hand. I'm gonna keep this hand, despite not having like a signet to rock. Sorry, Will.
all good. Yeah, it's still a good hand because it's just turn 1 Sarah, turn 2 Soul Ring Bilbos, and then turn 3 Cap.
You really want the aid first?
Yes, because if you do Soul Ring first, you're gonna draw hate.
God, are people that simple?
Yeah.
Casual, anything not cEDH. Gibbous. So, Soul Ring and Volk Island are out of the equation. I mean, that's the thing though. Like in a casual setting, I feel like it's just the speed and the consistency of your list, and not even the speed to win, but the speed to like actualize a plan or a play line that sets things back or moves things forward. I think that in cEDH, I'm mulling down to 4 cards to do this one thing very quickly. And then once I do that, I'll start fooling with you guys if I didn't win. You know, it's I don't think that Volk Island's egregious, but I could see where someone would be upset that I have color fix. Doesn't Command Zone use True Duels? Like, I feel like the last time I watched one of their game was years ago, but I swear to God, I've seen them like whip out Scrublands and shit. Is Force of Will casual? It's not in the deck, but Will's casual.
Debatable. Like people usually are not the biggest fans of free interaction in casual, but some free
Ooh.
interaction is fine. It depends on the play group.
We got the Dowsing Dagger, sir. All right, what do you want to do with this mana? Do you want to drop Bilbo's Rang or just wait till Cap's down first?
Uh, we can do Rang. We can do like Dowsing Dagger, and we no, we can't use the other mana for anything.
Forge
Yeah,
Anew?
I think we drop the Rang.
Drop the Rang.
Yeah, we do Forge Anew if there's something in graveyard, or if we really want to equip something for 0.
We'll drop the Rang. My issue with dropping the Rang right now is the fact that we're missing the chance to auto equip a 4 equip cost thing. But he's gonna attach.
It'll auto equip
Yeah.
when he moves to combat.
Interaction is fine, and free spells are not. I knew a guy who brought an endless rat deck to a commander group. He just wanted to play as rats. Yeah, he was really just there for the zip line. Let's go ahead and move to our next turn. I said we'll go up to turn 5, but I really meant turn 6. Okay. Recruiter of the Guard. Damn. Okay, well, our land base is slowly crying. Let's go. Another land. Do we just play Cap now, or
Yeah,
what?
we can play Cap, and then we immediately draw off of Bilbo's.
Is that how it functions? Whenever a equipped creature attacks
Yeah.
alone?
So we're just gonna. Oh
He's
no,
not.
Cap
He's not
doesn't.
hasty.
Yeah, he doesn't have haste. You're right.
God, I wish he did, dude. So okay, Bilbo's ring. We're gonna attach it to Cap. Is that cool with everyone? Cool. All right, we're gonna pass. Well,
Yeah, we
actually,
can. We can
fuck
also play
that.
Dowsing
Dowsing.
Dagger and equip
Exactly.
Dowsing Dagger.
Done. Dowsing dagger auto equipped. Good. And then it enters and someone gets a plant. One target opponent gets 2/02 plants. Enjoy your blockers. You'll need them. And then Cap is now a 6/5. 6/5, 6/5. Just that's it. 6/5. Okay. Next turn. Ooh, dude, my kingdom for a land. But this is okay.
It's okay. Your Dowsing Dagger is about to flip into 3 lands.
Yeah. What's also crazy is we have the ability to just drop Dragonwing Glider and give him, well, haste would have been sweet, but we could make him a 8/6.
Dragon Wing Glider requires us to have 2 red.
Do we? Oh, fuck. Dude, we need more dual lands. That's all there is to it. Thran Turbine. Let's talk about it while we're here. What is the best thing for Thran Turbine? Just
Unequipping stuff from Cap.
Just throwing shields? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, on that note, do we just want to lay down the Thran Turbine here and then maybe get a recruiter off?
I think we attack first and see what we draw.
That's fair. Okay, so Bilbo's Ring, attacks alone, draw a card, lose a life. This needs to connect to do the thing. So we'll just go towards a target that we know we can smack.
Doesn't Bilbo's Ring give us unblockable?
Can't be blocked, yeah. So it doesn't... we'll attack at the plants. Just to prove a point.
I love you and you.
Yeah, exactly. Dowsing Dagger transforms people.
Gilded Lotus.
Yes, much better. God.
There, now you have your colors to play the glider.
Sorry, but we did. We drew an Embercleave. Hold up. It still don't have the double red. Okay.
Well, no, you do.
Well,
your lane taps for triple red, and we're still in combat, and we technically still have an attacker.
What are you talking about? Well, yeah. Oh. I mean, no. But damage is being applied at this point. Damage was applied.
Yeah. Correct. The creatures are still attacking even after damage is applied, as long as you're still in combat. There's a point in the phase where you can do stuff.
It's just one less though. It's fine. I don't think we need Embercleave right now. But
we're also probably flashing an Embercleave on somebody else's turn for like 2 or 3 less. So
right. I think it's better then, and then just have the Thran Turbine to like chuck it at the beginning of our turn.
Yeah.
No dowsing had to hit to flip. Yes. Yeah. Bilbo's Ring makes it so we can't be blocked, and we have hexproof. So.
Yeah.
I mean,
we hit. We connected with Dowsing Dagger no matter what.
That's what this is for sure. Should we have thrown Bilbo's Ring to peg something before going into combat? I know it's just 3, but
it doesn't really matter because we could re-equip it later anyway.
Okay.
Can I point out? I think Embercleave. So we have 2 ETB equip triggers, so we could theoretically get Embercleave. It equips with Embercleave's ETB trigger, unequip it, then the Sarah's, then the aid triggers and re-equips Embercleave.
Technically, yeah, we could double down on throwing Embercleave. That's actually really funny. Well, the draw happened before the hit. Yeah, technically we would have drawn a Recruiter of the Guard before getting the Veil. Yeah. But Will's saying that after damage is done, before we move into main phase 2, we could technically still.
Yeah, because you're still in combat. There's the whole thing with that one enchantment where it technically gives vigilance.
It's called a reconnaissance, I think.
Yeah, pretty sure you're correct. I'm just gonna get the card up.
Should I?
Yeah, it's reconnaissance. So with reconnaissance, you can have your creatures. For those who don't know, reconnaissance is 1 white for an enchantment that says, pay 0, remove target attacking creature you control from combat and untap it. What you can do is you can attack with your creatures, have them connect, and then after having them connect and deal damage, you can use reconnaissance to untap all of your creatures and remove them from combat. So your creatures all have pseudo-vigilance.
So,
That's the dumb thing. It's good, though. Yeah.
Do you want to get Deep Gnome Terramancer or Stoneforge Mystic here? We kind
Probably
of.
Stoneforge Mystic because we could get the big sword Excalibur.
I only say this because we're kind of shy of lands, but I guess it's not the end of the world.
And we have mana since we flipped.
Good night, Jalen. Thanks for joining. Okay, so we're gonna get Stoneforge Mystic off the Recruiter of the Guard. This leaves us with one Volk Island in a Lost Vale open. I will hold here. We don't really have any way to protect our boy, but that's okay. We can flash out the sword. Technically, we could play Stoneforge
Do we
Mystic
need
now.
do we need to protect our boy because he has hexproof?
Only on our turn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, only on our turn, sadly. Okay, next turn. Or off turn. Do we want to Embercleave it?
Yeah. We can flash in Embercleave for 4 mana, then on our upkeep we get the Thran trigger.
Right. So we'll say it was 4. I imagine 2 things would attack.
Yeah.
All right, so we have an Embercleave equipped to Captain America. I mean, it can technically equip to the Recruiter as well. We can auto-equip it to Cap if we want.
We want to throw it on upkeep because we can.
Yeah.
Oh, does it only give the discount during your attack? I thought it was just during.
No. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each attacking creature you control.
Yeah,
You
okay.
control. Ooh, buddy
We
boy.
play Stoneforge Mystic then.
We're fucked.
We're still fine.
Yeah, we play Stoneforge Mystic instead. A good conclusion could be Boots of Flying. A good inclusion. Yeah, like instead of Embercleave. Maybe. We'll see. A prize shield. There's an opening. All right, so before we move to our next turn, we'll get the Excalibur.
Let's see. We have
That seems really good.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have a 7. What's it called? Oh no, it costs less for every historic card in your grave, right?
Well, I mean, on our upkeep, Stoneforge is going to be able to just put it on the battlefield, so not too worried.
Yeah.
All right, so next turn, ignore the draw. Actually, that wouldn't even be our draw.
So
I forgot to shuffle.
upkeep Thran trigger. We can use one of that mana to one of that mana in white to put in the Excalibur. It auto equips, and then we can use the other one of the mana to throw it with Cap.
Right. We will need to use that plus the Soul Ring. So Thran Turbine plus the Razorgrass field is going to Stoneforge, and then we'll use the generic and Soul Ring to chuck Excalibur. Excalibur can hit 3 things, probably a commander, and a commander.
We can just wipe creatures right now, and then Excalibur is unequipped, and then it's equipped 2, which is really, really low.
I mean, or auto-equipped with Captain America, so...
Yeah, also true.
I mean, that's also gross, isn't it? All right, so draw. Sword of Fire and Ice. Very nice. Very nice Fire and Ice. We could just throw Sword of Fire and Ice and put it onto Captain America and like get additional draw, and then auto equip the Excalibur with his effect.
Yeah.
Like I don't hate just going Lost Veil.
Then we nearly kill somebody in like 1 hit with commander damage.
Pretty much. Okay, so we're gonna use Lost Veil to throw down the Sword of Fire and Ice. Sigarda's Aid will auto equip. Move to combat. Beginning of combat. Excalibur. Excalibur reads +10/+0 and Vigilance. We're gonna leave it right there. So we are +2/+2 +10 +3. So we're at 15.
Yep.
That feels okay.
Pretty good.
Is it 12 mana? Really? That's so insane. Protection and deals 2 damage to target. Okay. This is on connection though. So we're gonna attack unblockable and vigilant, and well, we'll lose a life. We'll track that later. Arcane Denial, great.
Now, actually, I was going to say instead of Sword of Fire and Ice, theoretically we could have played the kite and then just killed somebody. Just double combat, but Sword of Fire and Ice is probably better.
How do you mean? Which one? Double combat?
You have the red equipment.
Oh, Embercleave.
Oh, not Embercleave. Isn't the thing? Oh
Embercleave
no,
has
it's just
double
no,
attack.
no, no. This. Sorry, I was thinking Glider was a different thing.
Yeah,
There's a random equipment that gives you one extra combat the first time the equipped creature attacks.
Cleave is legit though. I mean, Cleave would be the double attack to kill someone. I'm kind of playing the slow game here. I'm sorry. We should technically Cleave, I guess, if we just want to kill a player.
Yeah, probably the guy that's in the
Uh,
lead.
all right. Well, nothing's really changed, like board state wise. So let's just see what the world looks like because we're gonna end this after this next turn. So if we use Veil plus, this is technically attacking. We
Yeah,
could attack with Recruiter of the Guard as well if we wanted to, and then we could just Veil and use an island.
if we did Embercleave instead of the sword, we theoretically kill next turn because we can throw Excalibur on our next upkeep, re-equip it, attack, kill a second player, and then throw Excalibur, re-equip it with like its own effect, and then rethrow it. So theoretically, we win.
I'm hearing we should switch Embercleave to Assault Suit.
Embercleave did work. Assault Suit is horrible with Captain America because they unequip Assault Suit with Cap's own effect to throw it at us.
That could be
I
bad.
thought of Assault Suit. Embercleave still does work because it's a good high cost double strike effect. I like
So
Embercleave.
all things equal, if we connect here, we got the one draw on the attack. We double strike murdered someone. It's the double strike trample doesn't matter because we're unblockable.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 11 and 1. We're doing 14. We're doing 28 to someone. Seems good. Believe in the believe in the cleave. Yeah, I believe in the cleave.
Agreed.
I do wish we had another land to fool with. We don't really have anything to do with this Volk Islands. Cap could die, but I mean, even if he did, we could still do the attach in the catch and throw. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because we just go move to next turn, use the Thran and a land to deal 12 to somebody, move to combat, attack and kill the guy with the most health, then uh,
Throw the
rethrow the sword again, and then second person's dead because they've taken 36 damage from us throwing a sword throughout the game. And if
right.
they aren't immediately dead, I think we might have enough to re-equip and then throw it again.
I think so. Do you want to just?
Or worst case scenario, we keep up Arcane Denial and stop them from winning and kill them the turn after.
All right, I think we're good to test it. Cap again. Is it safe to say that first game went okay?
Yeah, first game went well.
I don't like that hand. I like this hand a little bit better. Dowsing Dagger's great in this setup, but it's a Goblin Engineer, Mother of Runes, Windswept Heath Command Tower, Azoria Signet, and Sword of the Animist. The only thing that I don't like is that we are shy of seeing Captain America turn 3 with what's representing, but we do get a draw per turn. I feel like
We
this
can get
is keepable.
out turn 3.
If we draw into a land.
Well, no, just turn 1 Mother, turn 2 Signet, turn 3 Cap.
Oh yeah. That is math. All right, yeah, let's go. I mean, is that like the benchmark? We want to we want to turn 3 Captain America.
Yeah, turn 3 Captain America, and then turn 4 a good equipment to play, which I think Dowsing Dagger is
Uh,
probably the way to go.
do you still want? Do we go for Triumph here or just Command Tower, Mother? Just
Uh,
getting Mom down is probably a good idea.
yeah. I like getting Mom down because the earlier you get out
Yeah,
Mother of Runes, the more annoyed people are.
I love it. So Mother of Goons, put her down. Next turn, we've got 3 fetch lands. All right, well, what do you want to get? I don't know what our split is. Actually, I do. It's predominantly red and white. So we'll go Windswept Heath. I'll shuffle first and I'll get our red and white. It is a plateau. There's our plateau. Oh my god, Colossus Hammer is hilarious with auto equip. Yeah, dude, Colossus Hammer would be hilarious.
Just go the other direction with it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because honestly, we're not really considering the fact that We're not really considering the fact that it is an auto equip as well. So
Also, Colossus Hammer is the funnier Mjolnir.
actually, yeah, I would rather we could run both, frankly. Dude, Shovel of Decapitation. What? I didn't know. I didn't know, Will.
Hmm?
I used to use Colossus Hammer
Oh,
in Balan. Ah, she's dead. We gotta bury her. Dude, hell yes. Hell yes. Okay, we'll put the shovel in after this. Sorry. Okay, yeah.
the arm guard things, the arm guard shovels.
I'm sorry. Where are we? We'll yeah, we want to add this though. I think this is a good call. I mean, do you think going just +10 is casually good?
Yeah, I mean, nearly killing people with commander damage seems like it'll work.
Okay. Then we'll add it after this. Next turn. Deep Gnome Terramancer if things get hard. It's also important to note that we can crack the fetch and response to give us the one shy and then play this. So it's not a bad idea. Oh, actually, that wouldn't work, would it? Whenever one or more lands enter the battlefield under opponent's control, you may search your. It's only if you have less than them, right? No. Well,
No.
slap me in the butt and call me your uncle. All right, Will, you want to cast Captain America?
Yep, and we can fetch for the Triome.
So we'll do that, and we'll do that. We'll hold it. The tricky little dickies we are. And should we attack with Mother of Runes or keep her upright?
Keep her up, because
I'm just
as
kidding.
long
I'm
as
kidding.
Mother of Runes is untapped, Mother of Runes can't be removed, and Captain America can't be removed.
It was a test. It was a test. Will passed. Will did in fact pass. We're gonna Bloodstain Mire for the Triumph off turn. Tapped. Okay. Cool. Love it. Like it. Love it. And next turn. We have the Enigma Jewel. Okay. So, what shall we do, Will? I think Dowsing Dagger.
Yep.
Because not only does it offer protection, protection goes both ways. We could like ensure, do you know what I mean? If we pick the right target, we can kind of ensure we get in with Dowsing Dagger.
Agreed.
So just ham slam that real quick.
Yep. I think that we just go for Dowsing Dagger, auto equip it, attack, get the flip side, then with our 5 mana we can play literally everything else out except for one of our 2 costs.
Right. So we're gonna attack with Cap, auto equip, provided we have to. Let's just say we had to give protection to just get past a potential
Right.
blocker, like a green blocker. I don't know. We're giving plants away. I'm using the plateau in the Azorius Signet to do so. Lost Veil flips. I don't see why we don't get the Enigma Jewel down now. We could also Sword of the Animist if we just want to get it down, but I could see us doing Goblin Engineer for one of our 3 CMC
I
bangers. 3 CMC
I
or under.
think we play everything but Sword of the Animist.
Everything but.
Yeah, because Sword of the Animist we can play any time and then do the thing.
Can we do that? Oh, I guess this could just tap for blue. So we'll do the blue here. We'll use the blue and the generic here with the command tower. And then we can Deep Gnome Terramancer, flash that out on someone else's turn just to be cheeky, or just do it right now and hold up Triumph. Let's do that. I'll get a. I don't know, Will.
We
Uh,
can tap the Triumph and fetch a shock tapped on somebody else's turn.
what shock would you prefer?
Uh,
God, what is the
we have
white
a
red
good
one?
amount of blue, I guess. The right white red one is Sacred Foundry, I think.
You're absolutely right. That wasn't a test. I did in fact need to know. All right, Goblin Engineer, Deep Gnome Terramancer. If you want to avoid crackback for a loss, we could run Kamenu Battle Armor and Cloudsteel Kieran. So we play both those out. I'm sorry, I don't know what Cloudsteel Kieran does. I forget what.
That's the Platinum Angel equipment. It's the Platinum Angel. What's it called? The equipments that are also creatures. It's the equipped creature gets flying, and as long as it's equipped to something, you can't lose the game. Your opponents can't win the game.
Oof. Forge Anew would be sweet in tandem with Goblin Engineer if we had it in our hand. But we don't. So I see us getting like a sword out. Am I wrong?
Yeah,
I guess
yeah.
Oh, we never added Enlightened Tutor, which is something we could technically do with Sunforger.
I
But
think we go for Sword of Fire
fire,
and Ice because we
nice.
just need cards in hand right now.
Yeah, we're super low.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
no, no, we get the shoal thing, the equipment that's equipped for 4 on creatures, but equipped for 1 on specific types.
What is
When
the
the equipped creature deals combat,
Oh, it's two, right? Hold up.
it's a 3 on the dot, 2 in a blue.
You Oh, that's why I'm not seeing it. Whoops. Robe of Arch Magi.
Yeah, we can get that, and then we draw 4 cards.
And they equip so it can be free. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna slam the Robe of the Arch Magi. This is gonna go to grave. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Okay. Next turn. Oh my god, you can play Pokemon with reconfigured creatures. Could we? Codsworth, we just drew. Commanders you control have Ward 2. Do we even bother with Codsworth right now?
Uh,
I don't
I
think
mean, we
so.
have the mana, but we can also just throw equipments around as we need. So,
Yeah.
mm.
I'm gonna plateau. Oh shit! Wait, what artifact do we want to bust?
uh,
Do we just float mana from the Enigma Jewel and swap it?
yeah, we could probably get away with that.
I think we do. Yeah, because we want to use hell, we don't even need to use that to equip it. But we will use that activated abilities. So we have 2 generic mana for activated abilities. Sweet. One of that's going to go into Azorius Signet. We were using the plateau to break the Enigma Jewel to swap out the Rope of the Archmagi. Equip creature deals combat damage to a player. You may draw that many cards. God, I love it. Okay.
Then we
Um,
can play sort of the Animist and then use the floating mana to equip it. And then we use Cap to equip the Robe of the Magi and we draw 5.
right. We're gonna do it this way. Okay,
Also,
so
do we have basics in the... Yeah, we have enough basics in the
we
deck.
have 3 basics. We have 3 basics. All right,
Okay.
Robe of the Archmagi. Cool. So this is the auto equip. Again, if someone tries to remove them, we have the mother just sitting there. Also, we could say the Deep Gnome Terramancer gave us 1 land. I think we can be generous enough to say that. What is the 1 plains we're grabbing? A plateau. We have plateau. It is red blue. Volk Island is not a plains. What's the blue white one, Will?
Tundra.
Tundra. God, thank you. All right, yeah, Deep Gnome Terramancer got us that off turn. I forgot it existed.
We get sorry, no, we get a hollowed fountain. Hollowed fountain
Oh
because that
yeah,
always
yeah,
has
yeah,
this
yeah,
tap.
yeah. That's better. That's better. That's better. That's better. Right, and then that would be untapped for our turn. Got it. Okay. Okay, here we are. All of our mana spent. All of our things are equipped. The robe is auto equipping because of Captain America's catch ability, and we're gonna move to combat. I'm going to say this time that we just have a clear target to attack, so we will. Sort of the Animist is going to give us a basic tapped when we attack, so let's just go ahead and do that now. I'll grab a plains. Snow-covered plains? I guess our snow-covereds are still in there somehow?
I think didn't we remove the snow covereds?
I know we did. I'm confused as to why there's still snow-covered plains. We'll look at this. I want to do like 1 or 2 more revisions before we close this out, but I'm actually enjoying this for the most part. We're gonna hit. We're running out of cards really fast. I'm not gonna lie, but
Yeah, but we have enough utility that we can usually find a draw piece, so we can refill.
so Cap is hitting for 5, so we'll draw 5.
Yep, yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have Sword of Feast and Famine, Snow-Covered Plains, City of Brass, Blasphemous. We haven't hit our land per turn this turn. Blasphemous Axe, Sink into Stupor. So we have technically 3 lands to fool with. What do you want to put down, Will? I mean, I guess the City of Brass. And we could just put down Codsworth and just give him Ward 2. I like that. Shit, that ain't going bad. Here, I'll just Lost Veil the
Yeah.
Codsworth. Did y'all already cover Excalibur? Ken, did we?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, Captain's pretty good. I want to make just some fine tuning adjustments. What were we saying we needed to add? I'm sorry.
The Colossal Hammer.
Yeah. Yeah. So Colossus Hammer. What else do we want to add? Did we want the Kieran or did we want the Kamainu battle armor?
So the Kieran, I don't know about because I know like it can equip, you can't lose the game, but I think that we're killing people faster than we can get crackbacked. So because we also are kind of a control deck of somebody does something scary, we can just start wiping
Chucking
stuff
things
out.
at it. Yeah, ideally.
Yeah.
Enlightened Tutor, Will. Do we want Enlightened Tutor? Is that too
I don't think we want it nor need it because all of our searches just go straight to hand. So actually, I think Enlightened Tutor is probably slow and it's a feels bad because I don't think people want to play against Enlightened Tutor. We already have sufficient enough tutors that I don't think we need Enlightened Tutor.
yeah.
And like our deck is already consistent enough. The less tutors you play, usually the more fun the games kind of feel. But I think we can get away without Enlightened Tutor.
Ravages of War? I'm just kidding. I'm
Uh,
just kidding. I'm kidding. Kidding. Can you imagine just grafted exoskeletons throwing Excalibur and nuking someone?
yeah.
I'm gonna do 2 to your Grand Abolisher and then hit you for 10 poison. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, I don't think we'd see Grand Abolisher in casual, but you know what I mean.
Sometimes you do, but no. The worst part is when it's like I'm gonna deal 1 to that Toski, it gets a -1/-1 counter and dies,
Ooh.
and then I'm gonna deal 1 to your face and 10 to your face, die.
Oh, nasty. Grafted exoskeleton's gonna be sweet when we land it. I could do one more play test. I just want to revise this finally here. I really think it is just the hammer.
Yeah, I think it's just the hammer because I think doing Colossus Hammer is gonna be like a massive swing by itself.
Right. And was there anything else we wanted to?
Is there any good draw effect that we can think of that we should add that we don't have? We could add Ristic Study, we could add Mystic Remora. I
Well,
don't think people like playing against those in
that's why I think
casual.
key to the vault was there for that, right? It's a cheeky way of doing it. It's like card advantage without being unfair. Key to the vault.
Yeah, do you know what would be kind of a fun card because of how the deck plays out? Polywog Prodigy could be fun because we're playing
Oh,
equipment, so it gets bigger.
but does Captain let us equip it to
It
at the
only
beginning of
lets us
kind of
equip
attachment?
stuff to cap, but because
Yeah.
we're running equipments, we can get Polywog to be like 3 attack pretty easily. So it'll draw like a handful of cards. I don't think it's like an auto include in this deck. It could probably be skipped.
What about the Dowerport
If a creature leaves the
mage?
field to anywhere other than graveyard, um,
It just returns target creature card to its hand. So like you could do this on your ETB creatures for value.
nah. Let me do like a quick run through though, because there might have been something from the
Damn, no
news.
love for the Dowerport mage, people.
I love that card. It's just not like for this deck. There's like really weird niche uses for it, and I do love those niche uses.
I
Uh,
hate being in a deck where Skull Clamp's not playable. Um, so Reality Chip or Acquisition Octopus? Yeah, keep coming with the
what is
draw effects.
Acquisition Octopus
I
again?
don't know. Is that its actual name or is that like shorthand?
I think that's its actual name.
Acquisition Octopus. Just damage to a player, draw a card. It's not as good as Bilbo's Ring. Bilbo's Ring's legit, man. Here, okay. Are we trying to lean in on equipment draw effects, or do we just want draw effects?
I think like just draw effects is fine, but I'm trying to see which
Do you want?
Raw effects we have access to.
Do you want SRAM? Will I heard that's a card. Ah,
Oh,
yes.
wait.
Jointopus.
We could add
Uh,
Socrates if we wanted.
get out of here, Socrates.
We just have ourselves and one other guy draw a decent amount of cards.
How do players feel about Bazaars of Baghdad? This card quality, card negativity.
I feel like they don't like it, and I feel like we don't want it.
Probably not. Cassandra Eaglebearer. Oh God, I wish I liked Assassin's Creed. I'm sorry. So this is it's odd. This may be the only set that I just didn't give a shit about. Assassin's Creed. I really didn't care. Oh, you know what I want to take out? That snow-covered plains. Get that out of here. Which puts us at a pretty low count of lands. So I think I will put in. Is it wrong of me to still want the Gemstone Caverns? Like,
You can put in Surveil lands if you want. A little bit of deck fixing while also having more fetch targets.
yeah.
You could add in the red-white one. Is there a red-white one? I think there's a red-white one.
What are they called? What is that cycle called?
They all have different names. I don't think there's a cycle name.
Damn, that's annoying. Mystic Remora is not kosher.
Yeah. Mystic Remora and Ristic Study aren't really kosher.
MDFC lands in blue-white are good here. Can we I think we added all of them, or added all the ones we could. I don't know what Cassandra Eaglebearer does. We are on Esper Sentinel. We should be on Esper Sentinel. On Esper Sentinel. Ragavan. We could do Ragavan. I mean, that's card advantage from another person's deck and ramp. Why aren't we on Ragavan?
Cassandra Eaglebearer is the lady that searches up the spear, and whenever a creature you control the legendary equipment attached to it deals combat damage to a player, you draw a card. So Cassandras sometimes draw one card. Ragavan, people will usually have blockers for Ragavan, and other people's decks can be super hit or miss.
You don't like it in a casual setting. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, it's not as good in a casual setting, in my opinion.
Mask of Memories.
If you want a little bit of extra draw, we could always throw in Curie. Just because Voltron with Curie is good enough.
Which Curie?
The deal combat damage, draw that many cards, and then you can pay 1 to blue to exile another non-token artifact creature you control, and Curie becomes a copy, except it has the first text as well.
Spell? Name?
Curie. We did a cEDH deck tech on it.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
I like this commander.
Yeah, because it's draw one card, but then sometimes we can have it draw more if we hit an equipment. I like it.
Okay. I mean, is this better than just running Mask of Memories or like the draw 2, trash 1 sort of thing?
I think it's usually a bit better. Because if we're doing Voltron stuff, Curie is going to draw us like 2-3 cards a turn. That's good. Also, Curie's a 2-drop. A lot of the times we're going to just get 1 to 2 hits for free.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good with that.
If you also want, we could do Lauren of the Third Path, the ETB destroy target artifact or enchantment. You can tap Lauren to have you and target opponent each draw a card.
Do I want us both drawing cards?
Your call.
Destroys up to 1 target artifact or enchantment.
Worst case, it's removal. Best case, it draws us cards when we need cards in hand.
I would almost rather the Mask of Memory, I feel.
Okay.
Just because we're stocked up to find these things. I mean, the thing is, we have so much draw via artifact already. I think we're good on. I think we're honestly good on these. I think we're good on Loran as well. I like Loran though. I will add it to the sideboard. I don't hate it. Alrighty then. Let's cut some cards, shall we? I did not add the Surveil lands. Whoops. We should, though. I do think they're
We
good.
can add just the Boros one if we want.
Nazgul Mace, are you good with that?
We can cut Nazgul Mace. I also don't think we need Mjolnir.
Yeah, now that we have the hammer, the true colossal hammer.
Yeah.
I think I'm good with that. Sorry, guys. Dragonwing Glider, is that still good enough for you?
Uh, Giving flying and haste for 5 mana.
It's a lot.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of it.
You're happy with just Ember Cleave, Cauldron Complete, and Excalibur?
Yeah, I mean, like, we did work on that last game without any of those.
Yeah. So we're down to 99 cards. I did so that we could add the Boros
I'll find that really
Surveil.
quick.
Oh, thank you. Well, I drink
Um,
Mescal. We're going to play test this one more time because I'm enjoying it. Who'd have thunk? Captain America pulling in weight. If you guys want to see Wolverine, Iron Man, or Black Panther, let us know. Actually, that's a good poll.
am I spelling this wrong?
I think you should drop Grafted Exo. Infect tends to get hate in casual. It's 50-50 on SRAM, but how will it be on this next poll?
Why is it not? Am I spelling surveil wrong? Hold up.
Surveil.
I'm spelling it right. Survail.
Veil? Veil? Veil?
Let's see. It is. Okay. There we go. That's elegant parlor.
Perfect. Yeah, let me know what Marvel commander you'd like to see next, honestly. I could see doing the shit out of Wolverine. Thanks, Gibbous. All right, we're gonna play test this one more time to see what life is like on the casual side of things. This ain't bad. Hollowed Fountain, Man of Confluence, excuse me. Man of Vault? That's not casual, is it?
No. No, it is not.
We've got a lot of land here, Will. A lot of mana, a lot of land. And a Codsworth.
That is a turn 3 Captain America. That is all the sand is doing.
We're holding Excalibur.
Yeah, but we also can't play Excalibur for a while. Because Excalibur is reduced cost. Oh no, is Excalibur reduced cost equal to Historics on the field? Yeah, I'm mixing it up with the Trinity. That's
The spell
Historic
costs X
Contender.
less to cast, where X is the total mana of the historic permanents you control. So Codsworth.
Cogs is 3, Cap is 3, and the Signet is 2, so that's 8. So we can get it down to 4, which is pretty good.
This ain't bad, man.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, we'll keep this. Hey, another Signet. Okay. We're gonna go Jungle Boogie. We're gonna go with the
Tap Chalk Land.
yeah,
Probably just tap Chalk Land pass.
I like that. I like that. Jungle Boogie. Oh yeah. We have inventory management. It's a fun one. Okay. Turn 4 or 5 Excalibur. That's funny. It's not bad, right?
Yeah. We can do land Signet pass from here, and then next turn, if we draw another land, we can do land Signet cap.
We have another land in our hand. We have
Oh yeah,
Champion's Helm too.
we have several.
Do you want the Pinnacle Monk or the Pinnacle Monk?
We play Pinnacle Monk. The electric is a little bit better for a utility tool.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. So here into Azorius Signet, and then here into Cap. Hear ye. Turn 3 Cap. All right. I feel bad that we could just drop Codsworth. I feel like we should have dropped Codsworth at some point here, but
We haven't had the chance to drop Cogsworth. We've been playing on curve.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! You know I love Bilbo's gifts. Ah, man.
So we currently have a store count of 7. So if we play 5 more mana of stuff, then we can play Excalibur for free, which we very easily can.
Right.
Pretty sure we can actually. Hold on me.
Well, 1, 2,
Yeah,
3, 4, 5 mana.
we have 6 if we play the electric.
We are gonna play the electric. It's electric. All right. So, Will, sequence. What would you prefer? Do you want to ham slam the helmet? Well, we
Uh,
could. Obviously, draw is cool and all, but
we can play Cog plus, let's say, helmet, and then we can play Excalibur, equip Excalibur for free, and just punch somebody for 13.
that doesn't feel awful. I think we start with Cog. So we'll do this, this, this. We'll do this, this, this. And then we have, yeah, and we have 2, 4, 10, 13. I'll cast Excalibur! Don't forget Cog is a dork for equipment. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Just not right now, but yes. But yes.
that's why I wanted to play Cog this turn over playing the envelope, because then Cog is live next turn.
Yeah, oh, dude, we need we want the ring next turn. Helmet's good for now, for sure.
Yeah, we're part of the reason why I wanted to keep Bilbo's ring in hand is because we can surprise play it and then kill that person that we attacked this turn for 13.
Right, right. I don't want to scare people with unblockable and or draw or hexproof. It's a lot of
Yeah.
things. It's a lot of good things. All right. This seems good. Swing and pass. Turn 4 Excalibur, dude.
And hit.
Shit's real. Okay. And we have a fetch land. So let's crack it. What's cracking? We're gonna find a plateau, I think.
The quick question. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana in total with Cogsworth.
Mm.
And it's 5 mana to throw the sword and re-equip it. So if we do just unequip, then it's 5 additional to equip and the rethrow.
I mean,
Theoretically,
we get it to attach it for free with Cogsworth, right? So you pay
yeah.
3, attach it for free, pay 3.
Well, we can pay 3, attach it for free, and we have oh no, it's 2 to cast equipments. Never mind. So that doesn't change the math too much though. So we can pay 3, throw it, tap Cogsworth, pay 3, throw it, re-equip with Captain, and then punch somebody with a helm. So
Right,
theoretically, we can wipe the board, nearly set a player up to die, and kill somebody with a helmed up cap, and not even play
right,
anything in hand.
right. I mean, for sure, the first thing we should do is slap the ring and unblockable smack someone.
Do we need to?
Or do you just want the free equip? Is what you're saying?
So
We get two. We
let's
get
see.
2 free equips. We get 1 free equip during combat and 1 free equip with Cogsworth.
Yeah, so it's basically a
Jeez.
question of, do we want to spend the 2 mana from Cogsworth to play the ring, or do we want to spend Cogsworth to equip the sword? Because we use 3 mana to unequip the sword. We re-equip it for free, then we use 3 mana to re-equip the sword, so we only have 1 mana remaining. So we could use Cogsworth to play the ring, but then the ring won't get equipped.
All right. Well, how much is it worth doing? Because it's 9 mana total to throw this thing 3 times, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
We're throwing it twice, and then we can equip the helm, is what I think. Because we throw it once with its current setup, then we Cogsworth to re-equip, we throw it again, then we equip Champion's Helm, because it's 1 to equip Champion's Helm, right?
Yeah, it's just 1.
So we can keep everything else in hand, and we can wipe the important stuff off the board, set somebody else to nearly die with straight up burn damage, and then we can just hit and kill that one guy that we punched already.
We don't have
'Cause-
unblockable though. I
yeah,
do
but we
want
wipe
to.
the board. We wipe the board.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Well, partial wipe his board.
Yeah, we kill the things that he has that can block. We kill the important things on other people's board, and we just punch somebody else in the face for the remaining like 18 damage.
All right, so let's walk through the turn. I'm sorry, guys. There's a lot to juggle with Cap, especially with this board state we have, but it's a pretty sweet board state. I think we could just comfortably do this now. We'll equip the Champion's Helm while we're good and ready.
Yep.
We're gonna go ahead and before combat, bloop, bloop, and bloop to throw the sword. We'll do like 2 damage to one potential blocker and 4 damage to another potential blocker, and then we'll do 6 to someone else. Auto equip on turn. It is hexproof, not shroud, and we will go to attack. Attack.
We can we equip with we tap Cogsworth to equip the sword again, and we can throw the sword again.
I mean, we auto equip on combat, and we could just attack. I mean, we could sequence this differently, but yeah, we could do this afterwards too if we want. I just want to smack the one player we hit for 12 earlier, or 14 earlier, and just knock them out.
Yep.
Right. So knock them out. We'll do 1, 2, 3 again. Throw the sword. Bloop. Kill someone with that. I mean, we don't even.
We probably didn't kill somebody
sorry.
with the second throw, but we killed the guy with the combat damage, and then we're probably killing one person next turn again.
Yeah, it is important that there is vigilance on the sword too. So we have a really good blocker.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll technically we can, if we want to keep this up as like a surprise blocker, Codsworth can block and attach the sword to itself if we just wanted to murk someone. But we could I think it's just cleaner to boop, well, whatever we need it.
The attaching is at sorcery speed.
Is that how this reads? I'm sorry.
Activate
only. Yeah. You're right. Thank you.
So at the end of the turn, before end phase, we just unequip the sword, then re-equip the sword, and wipe like a couple important things off the board and punch somebody in the face for a lot.
Nice. We're
pretty good.
Mana out. Yeah, I mean, this was turn 5. I want to say consistently by turn 5, we did a lot of work. I mean, I don't know if that's going to happen every game, but every playtest there was pretty clean. We didn't have to mulligan much at all. I think
we never went below 7. It was always like we got an opener that was like and then we got a second hand that was pretty good.
Right. I mean, I just reset for us. We have Soul Ring, land, Mantle of Ancients, which is not great to start with, and Deep Gnome Terramancer. It's not bad with Soul Ring. I mean, just
it's a good amount of ramp. That one's pretty risky though.
This is not bad just because Deep Gnome Terramancer gives us an opportunity to get some free ramp off turn.
Yeah.
And then plug. My qualm with this hand is we have no artifact. We have no real plan with this hand.
But I think the deck went well.
Me too. I Gonjo, Soul Ring, sort of Fire Knight. And there's no additional lands in this hand, but there's a Deep Gnome Terramancer. I drew a land. I drew a Stone Hero Giant. I like it. Captain America, is he casually playable? You bet your sweet ass he is. Yeah.
That's America's ass.
That's America's ass right there. Yeah. It's good. How good? I don't know.
Good enough.
Good enough. Bring it to a tournament. Report back. But yeah, Captain America, first Avenger. Is it fun to play? Hell yeah. That was so fun. These are way better than the Street Fighter cards. Sorry, Street Fighter cards. Language, I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I made that joke at the beginning of the stream, and I don't think that you caught on to it because you said like it's the shit. Wait, no, it's early on the stream, and I don't think that I could say it. Then I said language.
Mm.
I'm like, I don't think Patrick got that.
So, who do we want to do next? Wolverine, Iron Man, or Black Panther? Honestly, this was really fun. This is more fun than I thought it would be. I have we'll entertain them really quickly. I'll be right back.
All right. Well, to change the topic to something kind of interesting, in the SCGCon DC tournament, the 5K, my friend won it with Godo. So Godo is back. We were discussing in Discord like a bit ago about how is Godo still playable? Yes, yes it is. What's Patrick holding?
I'll always
Well,
remember that event. I placed third because I had the two people that went first and second and played for it it was like Hero Clicks' third or fourth set, and I got the Jane Foster limited edition for placing like top 4 and like some other stuff. But I was always so peeved because I lost to a guy who had to make a roll that was specifically a critical hit to even hit my character, and it needed to be a critical hit to do the damage necessary to kill my Sabretooth. And he did. He rolled a critical hit. Otherwise, I had up until that point totally annihilated every single player I played against and never lost a unit, so my score was flawless. I will never forget. Sorry. You were saying, Will?
I was simply discussing about the Godo win in the SCGCon DC that I messaged you about a while ago. The plan was to invite my friend on to chat and potentially game. However, I got busy on Wednesday when I was going to go up to game night and then potentially talk to him directly. So, didn't happen.
Have you ever seen this game, Will?
No.
Okay, so this is HeroClix, and the red ring means they're a veteran, the blue ring means they're uncommon, and then there's a yellow ring that means they're a rookie. I forget what blue stands for, but basically you can do this. Ooh. You hear that?
No.
You can't hear that clicking?
You're rotating it.
You can't hear the clicking? Okay, well that's part of the name. HeroClick, right? So when you click the dial, it actually clicks. They changed all the figures like later so that they just... Here's another Spider-Man. There's another Peter Parker. I have a Peter Parker limited edition somewhere that I got at some event. But basically they switched it for whatever reason so that the bases are at the bottom. And you have to like twist the base instead to move the dial. But basically when your character takes damage, you'd move the dial and it goes down a certain amount of points. There's some interesting characters that would actually progressively get better, like the Hulk. The Hulk got better when he took damage. This is killing me though because I had a Captain America that I really liked playing. I can't tell you why. Like how many figures? These are just some of the figures I had. Yeah, absolutely obsessed with this game though. This is my connection with the Marvel universe though at a young age. So your pal that won with Godo, you did not get a chance to meet up with them. They did in fact win. Did they have any thoughts or feelings on it? Did you talk with them about it?
Not yet, because I don't have my friend's Discord, so I only see them up at the game store. I will find out the emotional impact when I see him next.
Nice. Yeah, dude. Oh god, I really miss playing this game. I really held on to these things for a long time, but for the freaking life of me, I can't seem to find my Captain America. Anyway, I'm gonna go through all that shit later. Guys, thanks for joining us on this one. I would love to do 3, 2, Wolverine next. No one gives a shit about Iron Man. Sorry. Wow.
He's bad. Oh, well.
That's so upsetting. But anyway, guys, thanks for joining us on this one. I hope you enjoyed the Captain America builds. Expect more Marvel builds in the future for Magic the Gathering. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye now. I'm going to finish my mezcal. Cheers. Cheers to you.
Agreed. Indubitably.
Indubitably. Yes. Yes. I may watch more Tomb Raider on Netflix. Dude, God, just give me freaking I'm just waiting for season 2 of Arcane. Just give me Arcane already. I don't care about these other animated series you're producing, Netflix. It is cool that they're simulcasting Dan to Dan, though. Do you want to watch like a very horny? It's like FLCL mixed with Mob Psycho. You should watch Dan to Dan, Will. It's coming of age story. You don't need to watch it. It's just a new thing, guys.
I was a fan of Mob Psycho, though. Good anime.
Do you really watch anime? Actually, now that I think about it.
Like occasionally. I'm not like a super diehard anime guy, but I do watch the occasional anime.
Do you know how into this game I was, Will?
Hmm.
I was so into this game that I made some of my own characters. Like, I made this character for Magneto. And you know what's funny? Before they started giving them, like, specific... They did this thing later in HeroClix when I stopped playing, where they gave them, like, abilities, named abilities, and it was associated with a card. You had, like, a card that connected to the figure, and you knew what the ability did, like Web Sling or something like that for Spider-Man. I did that for this, like, as a prototype. I'm like, well, we should just do this with figures. They should be naming, like, you know, unique characters should have unique effects. And I did that before they actually did it. No credit.
Did that. I'm the trendsetter.
I'm the one. I'm the one. I would have loved to be on the design team for that game. I had so many thoughts on it. It's such a smart game, though. It was so fucking fun, dude. I've seen enough horny anime for my time. Yeah, honestly, me too. After FLCL, that was it. 4 episodes. That's all I needed. It's as much horny adolescence as I need. It's kind of annoying, honestly. Like, I feel like every damn anime I watch is the same thing. It's just randy as fuck. Which is fine, I guess. But not really, because most of the time it's like a 12-year-old you're watching. It's like, what? Why am I following these? I don't even watch like any slice of life stuff unless it's music related. I actually really like Bocchi the Rock. I don't know what age those girls are, but it's not like oriented that way. It's just like really good music and decent story.
A good one that already finished up its season 1 was like the wrong way to use healing or something along the lines of that.
Oh,
It's like TLDR guy, a guy with his 2 friends get teleported to another world and each get their own skills. The girl's a mage, one of the guys is a sword fighter, and the last guy's a healer. And his teacher is like, okay, yeah, we're gonna learn to use healing as healing. We're also gonna learn to use healing to beat the crap out of your body to the most extreme extent so that you can build insane muscles. Because remember, if you're tearing apart your muscles and when they regrow, they're growing back stronger. So we're just gonna have you constantly healing the crap out of yourself while like carrying boulders up mountains and stuff like that.
what's it called?
The wrong way to use healing, I think, is what it's called.
This is from one of the earliest sets, dude. The Superman. How sick is that shit? Doesn't that get you excited about Superman?
The wrong way to use healing magic. That's what it's called.
The wrong way to use healing magic. Okay.
It is really good. I freaking love it.
I'm shocked this one the show's getting a second season. Yeah, I don't really know what gets a follow-up season or not. What do I there, you know, the only anime that I've watched in recent date that I've really, really liked, and I feel like I've told you to watch this, Will, is Dungeon Meshi or Delicious in Dungeon. Like, yeah, that show is actually
I've seen a good amount of it.
Dude, it's we'll finish it for sure. It does the animation sort of it sort of teeters in the middle, but they pick it back up where it matters. Right? I don't expect every show to be consistent the whole way through. That's just not what we get anymore, sadly. But damn, dude. That show was so good. Ah, dude.
Yeah, I've bumped into several because I do like manga, or I watch manga recaps of things that haven't gotten animes yet. And it's really funny because I'll see stuff that I'm like, this would be really cool if they made it in anime, and I see a lot of stuff that I'm like, this would be really horrible if they made it in anime. And all the bad things they make animes of and all the good ones they skip over. Like, I think one was like uh, I'm forbidden from reincarnating in another world, something like that. And it's pretty much just a an author who commits seppuku with his girlfriend because they're like,
Right,
we're edgy and emo and are going to another world, or
right,
we're
but
edgy and emo and just gonna kill ourselves. And then he gets reincarnated, and the entire time he's just going around, he's just like, I don't care about anything. I'm just gonna be very like emo in general while casually as a joke in the background eating pills, and I'm just like, there's no way this is getting made as an anime. It got made as an anime.
I saw and heard about that show. Did you enjoy it? Did you like that series?
So it's a if you get past like the really, really like dumb dark jokes to start off, it is interesting. I think they stopped it before you get to the actual good parts of the story. If they ever do a season two, it's gonna get a good bit better.
Mm.
But it's okay. Um, the other one was I got reincarnated as the seventh prince. That was another one that I was like, there's no way they're making this an anime. It's like way too sus artwork wise. It got made into an anime, and I'm like, the thing is, I love the general concept of it, where
Mm.
it's just a kid who studied magic, even though that he
Shows.
wasn't a noble, just to be able to make his crappy magic ability good. Dies, gets reincarnated, and gets reincarnated as a prince. So now he has all the magic knowledge and is really strong. And he's just obsessed with getting even like learning more stuff to get stronger. I'm like, I love that concept, but it is insanely horny, and
Mm.
like that is its whole thing. It's just like, oh yeah, everything is either going to be like fan service or horny joke.
I
No,
wish I liked isekai more as a genre, but I just don't. I've tried. The last isekai I watched was I think ReZero for like a hot second, and then I fell off of that immediately. And then the same thing with Reincarnated as a Slime. People really like that one.
I was not
Uh,
high on that one. Like it's fine, but like it's not great.
hmm.
One reincarnation story that I love, and it is still going on, and I'm waiting for them to kind of finish it so they can make it into an anime because this one deserves to be an anime. It is called what is it called?
Sorry, I'm just showing off my favorite figures. By the way, use the blue ring Batman. If you're gonna go back and play Infinity Challenge, you use this Batman. Don't use the veteran Batman. You're getting the same. You're getting the same amount of spice. Trust me, and it's way cheaper to
Uh,
put in your roster.
I
God, this
believe if I
Batman's
remember
so fucking cool.
this correctly, is
I love this game. So we veered way off course here. By the way, we're just talking. Thanks for hanging. I read
yeah,
Dungeon Meshi manga. It wrapped up like a year ago. Yeah, I don't
yeah.
really read mangas anymore. The only one I kept up with was One Punch Man. For a moment, and not the original. I guess I don't know if one still. I know he authors them. I don't know if he still like does the manga, but I forget the artist that's doing the art for One Punch Man, but it's so beautiful to look at. It's like he's like the Alex Ross of mangaka. Is that fair to say? His artwork on One Punch Man is amazing. I forget his name though. I mean, I was on the phone and came back to HeroClix. Hot damn, yeah. I wish it was more popular in my area. Is HeroClix still a thing? I would actually play this game. Like I don't know. I still have all of my original figures. You should see I sold so many, but I have so many limited editions from winning. Not to brag. This is the best game I was ever good at, Will. I have so many figures I've won from events, and I sold like God, so many of them. I think
By the way,
the last one I sold that I really liked was Frank Castle. Like he was actually good, and Peter Parker was okay. What's that?
I found the name of the manhwa that I really liked, which is the greatest engineer. And long and short, engineer gets overworked or dies to overworking and gets reincarnated in this book that he read at one point as the scummy piece of crap son of a what's it called, of a noble, and it's basically the story of him using his architectural knowledge to try to actually build cool stuff. But it is so good because he acts like a really scummy piece of crap a lot of the time in the funniest way possible.
Hmm.
I highly recommend it. You can usually look it up by either the world's greatest real estate, or the world's greatest estate developer, or the greatest architect. Those are the two ways that you can usually look it up. But
Is
it
it on
is
Netflix? Sorry.
no, it's not out on anything yet. It's
Oh,
just the novel right now.
oh,
But it is so good. It is one of the ones where I'm like, if they made this into an actual anime, it would crush because it
it's on
is so,
Webtoons.
it's really really funny. It's like there's a the secondary character is the protagonist of the book, who's this sword master who can use like magic blades and stuff like that. And there's a lot of times where they both hate each other, or at least they strongly dislike each other, but work together.
Hmm.
And they have moments when they're like, okay, we got to do, and they'll like walk past each other and they'll do like the high five tag out thing, and then they'll both like keep walking, then stop and like cringe because they're like, that was way too in cringe. Then they'll keep walking. It's so good.
It's on
It's so
Webtoons.
freaking good.
Send me the name. I could afford to read something. Because like when it comes to leisure time, like before I go to bed, I'll usually like that's usually when I read my mangas, is like when I'm like in bed and I'm restless.
Uh,
I have
I
Balatro on iOS now, so that's all I do.
yeah, I'll
I'm
send
I'm
you.
totally wearing this ring though, by the way. I'm totally wearing my HeroClix ring as accessory. You use this to like help you turn their dials. But sorry, what were you saying? What's
Uh,
Angela says what's the name again?
so it is The Greatest Engineer, and it's on Webtoons.
Okay. Okay.
I freaking love it so much. And Patrick, I sent you a playlist of just the recap of it, so you can watch it, but you can
Oh,
look it up on Webtoons as well. It is
here, wait.
so good. I love it so much because it has good character development in it, but to not like spoil a main event, there is one point where the main character gets trapped outside of a city where bad guys are creating a ritual in the city to keep all the people trapped in, and he's the only person not trapped in. So he goes over to one of the guys who's chanting to keep the ritual going, finds out that he has protection magic on him that's like, as long as that guy doesn't move, he's totally fine. And he figures it out by bashing him in the face with a shovel and pretty much nothing happening. And then the way he takes the guy down is he takes the shovel, digs all the ground around the guy, so the guy's standing on this tiny little pillar. Then he goes right up to his ear and just blows in his ear, and the guy goes, oh, and then falls over and then gets hit by the magic. It's so fucking dumb. I love it so much.
Gibis says the greatest estate developer is the name on Webtoons.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Cool, cool, cool. Thank you for that. Dude, I'll check that out. I think
It
you'd
is.
enjoy I just discovered someone on this platform, as a matter of fact, that I actually really enjoy. I think it's the channel's called Dungeon Soup. If you've not watched any of their
I
animated series,
I've watched them.
dude,
I've watched all of them. They're all good.
my blade
My blade.
was coated in gnome semen, so you know it's good.
Looks good.
It was made by
My
dwarves with
blade was
autism.
struck by lightning 1,000,000 times consecutively.
Dude, watch Dungeon Soup. It's hilarious. It's probably the best channel I've seen in on YouTube in a while, and I watch a lot of
Squirt of
YouTube.
lemon.
Wait,
I've
wait.
watched that one so many times.
The one with the witch,
The
like,
Witch.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like the ending of him, because he starts it off by just going, I have newt, squirt of lemon, and then he ends it off by going,
Dude, yeah. I like how he takes the little girl's hair. He's like, oh, "You're safe now." he rips her hair and he's yeah. But after like scalping her.
Yeah.
Dude.
The Dracula one is also really good. I'm like, I am Count Dracula. The sun! What the fuck is going on? It's like 8 p.m. Goddamn daylight savings.
I love when he's like, "Oh, you have water for me?" He's like, "Give me."
Wow, what the fuck was that? Holy one?
It's the lapping the lips that just fucking gets me.
Yeah,
Like,
and then him like, "Are you cooking breakfast on my smoldering corpse? Can I have some?"
Feel free to wait. God, here?
Oh,
Let me look up webtoons. We want to read some manga together, people. I'm just chilling right now. We don't need to. I'm just joking. Is Webtoon like a free thing? Can I just like freely read stuff here?
I think so.
Or do I need to pay for this? Hold up. SSS. SSS. Is this like a Nazi class? SSS class.
Triple S class Revival Hunter. I'm gonna look this up because I might have seen this already.
Is this doesn't look like it's a thing on Webtoon, but the greatest estate developer. Sorry, like I realize we're just talking about it and we're here. So I'm gonna put this on screen. I want to look at my limited edition, like what I have left of my prize hero clicks. I'm so curious.
Oh.
God, Will, I just want to own a board game store so I can nerd out constantly.
Also, if you go to like probably chapter 30 to 50 or something like that, you might be able to find like an image of the main character doing a famously ugly face. Like the jokes are the secondary character, the swordsman, is like the most handsome guy ever, and the main character is just ugly.
Great estate developer. We're not gonna. There's no nudity here, right? Like we're not gonna.
No.
Trip any YouTube
nothing.
flags.
Nothing not safe for work. Nothing like that. It's all just like the main character being doofy and stupid, and cool badass action sequences.
Most things are free. You can pay for early access for chapters. Highly recommend Love Advice from the Great Duke of Hell. I will check that out.
Yeah,
I feel like I've showed these off on the channel before. This is my favorite HeroClix character. Don't mind me. This is
one of the more like story intense based sections of it. So it might be a little bit earlier. Well, I'll pull up one of the pictures that I'm talking about that would be one of the notable faces of the character.
Look at the art. Look at the art on some of these boxes, Will. Look how scantily clad Batgirl is. Imagine a young, impressionable teen looking at this. And then there's Two-Face. Batgirl. Hal Jordan, Green Lantern. This is a level 5, though. There were levels. Some of these were like handouts for events. I think 5 and 6. I think 6 was as high as it got. I forget. Oh, hey, look at that. Trigon's daughter. Raven. This is actually a good figure. Sorry. I am literally just talking to the void. You guys can acknowledge me or not. It's fine. We're on multiple threads here.
Also, Patrick, here are just 4 images of the main character doing his faces. If you just look at these.
Shoot. Oh, well, sorry guys. Will's face is gonna get obstructed.
It's fine.
the top left one specifically.
Yeah.
What is that? Wait, what is that from? What can I find that? Hold on.
That is from one of the earlier chapters. It's probably like 23, if I'd hazard a guess. It's him negotiating a deal for water with one of the characters earlier on. And he's like, you know what? I'm gonna be a nice guy and I'm gonna let you negotiate it. Like, you can give me whatever percentage of your like turnings that you think would be fair. And the guy's like, 5 per, and then he makes that face in response. It is so good. It is such a good read. It's such a good story. I freaking love it.
Oh, check it
Yes,
out.
it is literally that scene. Hold up.
Wait, I'm searching. I'm searching. I might have glazed over it. No way.
You are like on it. It's further on from the chapter that you're on though.
I just want to share Pro Tycoon's face.
No, it's later in the chapter, but you are really, really close to it because they go back and they renegotiate. Yeah, there you go. You're very close. Oh no, it's later on. Never mind. They let him renegotiate the price of the water later. That's what he does. But you can see some of his faces as he's going past, just him being a freaking menace.
Okay. I'm going to find a store that plays HeroClix well, and then we're changing the channel. We're only going to talk about HeroClix, okay?
HeroClix, Beyblades, all the childhood
Oh
things.
my god, I have my Beyblades in another room. Would you, Will? Would you live stream Beyblades?
Let's go.
Wait, I have a level 6er here. I have a level 6er. Hold up. It's as high as they go, Will.
Is it a 4 bracket?
As high as they go. Oh, fuck. I forgot I won this. Dude. It's Unleashed. Unleashed brought another Superman, of course, but it also brought there's the last one, and then I'm leaving you guys. I'm sorry. Fuck.
Is that Supergirl or is that?
It's not just Supergirl, Will. It's Kara Zor-El.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Supergirl, but the not so secret identity.
Well, exactly. So like when you get these limited editions, like they're named after the character typically. Like there you go, Kara Zor-El. Charge, super strength, and impervious, and she's 132 points. Kind of costly. I don't think I ever played her. I think I just won the won the character, and I kept it. It's crazy. I just have so much of this shit over here. I had a really cool Professor Xavier as a brood queen, by the way. I don't know why he turned into a brood, but he did. Is your co-host also local? Because I know DW does have HeroClix stuff. DW? Will is in Maryland.
Dream Wizard. Yeah, Patrick's in New York. I'm in Maryland.
Sadly. I don't know. I know that sets are in rotation. I highly doubt that my 2004 Unleashed is playable. Oh my god, the shit came out so long ago. Yeah, I don't think anything I own is playable or even competitive at this point. I don't really know the game right now, but
long and short, everybody read The Greatest State Developer on Webtoons. That is going to be a good read for you. I approve.
Yeah. And be sure to always hold on to your early collectibles, because you never know when someone's going to want an Arthur Curry from 2002 Hyper Time. I don't know why I kept Arthur Curry. He's not that good, people. This figure ain't that good. I just found my promo Kyle Rayner HeroClix. Hell yeah. See, sorry. Sag. I'm sure in New York City that there is a store that might run HeroClix events. That'd be really cool. Like I still have all my old like accessories. You could buy like these 3D objects, Will. Because you could just get like little cardboard bits that work as lampposts, work as dumpster. But like these are objects in the game your characters can throw or break or do whatever with. It's kind of cool. Anyways, I'm gonna leave this up on my lap. Actually, I want to pull this up on my phone so I can read it later. Thank you, Will. Thank you, Will, for the suggestion, and thank you, audience, for humoring us. We've just been chatting for an hour. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you being here. I will be back next week, likely, with well, I would love to do another Marvel character, but I don't know. Do you care for the Marvel characters, Will, or do you want to do something else?
If people want us to build the Marvel characters, we can. We might have new stuff being spoiled in
Oh,
like a week or something because I think
Foundation.
it's like around the time past Duskmorn where we start seeing the new set.
Right. Well, happy Yom Kippur tomorrow. I don't know if that's what you say. And yeah, I'm happy to honestly do Wolverine. I freaking I don't know. Looking at these hero clicks is making me it's making
Nostalgic.
me really nostalgic and misty eyed for my Marvel past. But I need to find a place to play, dude. I really would. I would really would love to just get my ass handed to me by like a 12-year-old. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna go and be like, yeah, fucking, I know the rules. I know what's up. Yeah, I got this down, and just get smacked. Because like I was playing this game at a time where I could devote 100% of my time to it, so right now it will not be good. I need to be focusing. I have a regional tournament for One Piece I need to be focusing on, and I have not practiced my deck. I don't even know if my current version of the deck I have that I've practiced online is in paper or if I have the cards for it in paper. I would love to play another event though. I'd love to do another Magic event. We need to figure that out. I could I could make Goto win. I could play a Goto that could win. Honestly, Goto's a good deck. You just what do you need? Treason Soaker? Come on.
It's primarily like Treasonous Ogre, Fast Mana, Helm of the Host, and then a couple things that flicker or clone Godo.
Right. Right. Do you get bonus points if your Grim Monolith is foil?
Ah, maybe.
Okay. Vegas Con is in 2 weeks, so we should get next sets and spoils 2 weeks. Yeah, I might sign up. I'm gonna bring a commander deck to Comic Con, and I know that there's some people running Lorcana and One Piece events. I haven't looked into commander specifically, but I'm only there for one day, so I don't want to be trapped in a game floor for like 3 to 5 hours or whatever. I don't want to do that. But if it means winning a case of cards, maybe. We'll see. I'm totally wearing this fucking ring now. Yeah, this is just going to be a statement. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging. See you in the next one. Foundations previews at Vegas.